Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to some more Lancer. It's just business. But before we get on to tonight's show, also, sorry for the slight delay. We had a small tech issue that we needed to sort. But yes, Roach, what are we playing?
We're playing Lancer. It's made a massive press. It is a mech role-playing game. It's available on their website and their itch.io page. You can get a free copy on their itch.io page without any of the lore, just the rules. You can pay $25 for the PDF copy, and as Mikey just re-informed me, because I have been talking about it for a while, but I hadn't heard anything lately. Yes, the second printing is now confirmed. It is coming out on June 11th/12th of this year, 2024. Be available on Penguin Random House. Fuck me. Amazon.com and Amazon.co.uk. You can pre-order it there. There's also a exclusive massive press cover, or massive exclusive cover that's going to be available. I'm pretty sure it's only going to be available for those 2 days, so pre-order while you have the chance. Other than that, you can get it as a PDF if you can't swing a hardcover. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. And Mikey, you got anything to shill?
I mean, of course I do. We're here, aren't we? So first of all, I would like to shout out me for being me, and I would like to say, everyone, please do us all a massive favor and check out our IMDb page. It has currently got all of the shows all updated with all of our names and everything attached to them. Please go on there, leave us a rating, leave us a review on all the shows. It would be a massive help to us. Secondly, you can check out the artist who's drawn our character portraits. Her name is Mila. You can find her on Twitter and Tumblr as by Space Creator, i.e. BUY Space Creator. And now for the big shill. You can find all of our shows in individual podcast channels. You can find them by searching the show's title. So if you want to find this show, you got to search Lancer. It's just business. You can find our Johnson's Dragon Show, the Eleanor Chronicles, our Urban Jungle Show, Krogan Nights, our Swihunter Show, the Great Schism, and our Lancer Show is just business, and our specials, including the Dangerous Rival Zone special, the Goodies for Copies, Moogle special, and a House of Time Midgeman special on the Podbean, Player FM, Podchaser, Listen Notes, Boomplay, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Podcast, Castro, Castbox, Podfriend, Podcast Addict, and Good Pods apps. Shows released on YouTube and other podcast channels at 12 noon GMT, Friday for Elendor, Saturday for Lancer, and Sundays for Cyberpunk. Please remember to turn on your auto downloader on your preferred app and leave us a rating and review and share it with your friends, please.
See terms and conditions apply.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Can you repeat that?
Of course I can.
Is he going to, though? No. But yes, so you can get us all in lots of lovely places. And there's one final thing. If you want to support the show, the best way to do that is either by becoming one of our live Twitch subs or becoming a patron. Patrons give us the biggest slice of the pie and allow us to create wonderful shows like this one. Also, if you want to, for some reason, wear our shitty slogans like the logo for the component cast or the What Cop podcast hoodie that I was going to have as a limited time thing but left up because just in case I want to buy more of it. All the really cool Avari stuff. No, it's legitimately because I've been toying with the idea of getting one myself because the print version that I got, like the check the design one, had an issue with it, and now I'm like, I still wear it all the time, but now I'm like, do I just want this in a different color? So you know.
Mitch, did you spell podcast wrong on the first one?
No. It's a non-me error for once, and I know that's rare. I know that's very rare, but it is actually a non-me error for once.
How could you misspell podcast?
I misspelled component cast, Roach. You forget. It's normally typos more than anything. But anyway, we've been yapping long enough. Let's get on with tonight's episode, shall we?
We're good? Okay. All right. We didn't go over. I forgot to ask who wanted to do the recap. So I'm just going to do it because it's not that big of a recap. We were in a fight last week and the week before last, or at least the session before last. So it's been a long combat. But you're trying to defend your supply trucks against enemies who are attacking you from all sides. And, well, you're winning, you think. But it's definitely been a hard fight up to this point. We ended off with Grunt Breacher 6's turn finishing up. So now it is one of your turns.
Who's left, DM?
Reaper, Fathead, and Padre. So who would like to go?
So I can go as either Fathead or Reaper. The Reaper turn will be very short, but the second that we go, Nozzle will probably get a go. So can either of you deal with Nozzle?
I can
Press the talk
You're muted,
button, Mitch.
Sus.
Sorry, I was hitting the key next to my push to talk key.
That happened.
Well, it's also because I've just realized that the keycaps were on the wrong key, so I switched them. So I hit the right symbol. It's just now on the wrong key. Well, it's on the correct key that was the wrong. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm with Roach on that one. I have no freaking clue what you just said.
Like, how?
So, well, I noticed because I was holding the push to talk key, it was typing in Twitch that it was a different symbol to the one that I was holding down. And I was like, oh, so the numpad key is on the wrong key. So I just switched them. And then in my head...
Oh my God.
So in my head, I switched them. I took off the keycap, put them on my right. And then I've then just hit the correct one because it's the one I've been hitting, but it's now the wrong key. There you are.
Okay, this is getting far too complicated. Can we just get back to blowing shit up?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to pour some on sugar. That's kind of my plan. So
Gonna pour some sugar on sugar?
Yeah.
I was thinking, actually, we need to deal with Nozzle.
Then it will...
Why?
It will...
Because Nozzle will be still in the area at the end of the turn, and my DM told me that it would cost points.
True.
I remember things from like 6 weeks ago.
The issue with that is blast radiuses, and I will have to move significantly to be able to shoot them.
There is a bit of cover in the way. That would mean that Midge has to get a line of sight. To remember, these bulk transports aren't there as such. So you could move down into the corpse of Tully and probably get a shot.
Who is dead, we checked.
So like that's a clear shot.
But yeah, it's like
That's
either
not...
I move essentially into...
You have to move next to Rival.
Yeah, into combat range of that breacher. I'm already...
Fathead literally can't move, can they?
Well, is what I was about to suggest if we wanted someone to try and go deal with that. Can Fathead use his turn to stabilize and clear on Mikey? Clear the blind.
You can't clear a blind with that. That's not a thing you can do, I don't think. Because it's not a codified
it's not a status effect like that.
Okay. But yeah, so basically just as a thing, like if I move, it will be me just shooting once with my rifle, and that's it.
Plus your reaction with your turret, because I think that's on the wall with sight.
That one has already used its reaction this turn, I think. That's the one that helped shoot one of the southern
one of the
things.
hummingbirds.
It's the one closest to sugar and things that hasn't shot this yet. Hasn't used its reaction. But yeah, I mean, I can. It's just it will be not as an effective turn.
So I'll point out, Sugar has gone this turn, so they are jammed until the end of next turn. So they are not able to do anything this turn. The only ones that haven't gone on their side are Nozzle, Cheeks, and Spotter 4.
So what I think would be an option here is Fathead goes. They do their thing to take the burn off, because that's the first thing they do, I think, during their turn. Then, because Fathead has a weapon, Fathead does have a machine gun. They could either take out the Grunt Breacher, because even if they miss, it does 2 guaranteed damage, I'm pretty sure. Because it is reliable. Yes, it's reliable too. So that will kill the Breacher, even though it has 1 armor. Which will allow all of us to no longer have to worry about that Breacher, and we can focus on Nozzle. All the close range people. That seem good?
Does that mean we lose the shield though?
No, the shield is a quick action. Which, do a quick action, pop the shield up, quick action, shoot with 1 mount.
Okay.
You go with that then?
I think that's a good play. Yeah.
Awesome. So that's what I'll do then. So it's Fathead's turn, which means Fathead needs to take an engineering save, right? To stop burning?
To stop burning, I believe that is, probably should have the rule book up. Burn is save at the end of the turn.
Okay, end of the turn. No problem. So what I will do instead is I'll pop back up the shield. So the shield is still there in the same place. I will then shoot at the Breacher next to Demon.
Okay, 6.
I believe it doesn't have any particular bonuses or negatives. It's just take the roll because it's not being affected by anything. So, and there's no lock on that I can use. So cool.
Yep.
Oh, I crit. Did 4 damage.
Okay. One moment.
Cool. And that would then be, well, I could move Fathead, I guess, if I wanted to. But I don't think
they're
they need to.
immobilized with the shield.
Oh, yes, you're right. The shield makes them immobilized. Hang on. Just to remember that. So then I need to make the save, right? It's the engineering save?
Yes.
Cool.
You can also technically do it during your turn for a quick action, but this one just happens.
No, I failed. It's just 3.
Okay. So you take burn 2, so you take 2 HP
Cool.
damage this turn. Fathead.
Got it. Done.
Okay. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let me think on things.
So I looked into it, right? For full repairs, it's a 10-hour wait time. So this isn't going to be fun.
I think we're going to have to get to the Meat Shields camp to repair. I don't think we can do it here.
Meat Shields camp.
I mean, that's what they are.
Your trusted allies. of the previous regime.
We've never met them.
Are they anything other than useful? Man.
I, for one, welcome any help in this scenario.
Okay, Ursa, you're gonna get an attack because they'll be going through your they'll be doing a movement through your threat of your main gun.
Okay.
Because they are planning on moving across, so they'll be going into. It's a 2 threat, right?
Let me double check Overwatch because there might be some wording about that.
Because actually, if it's 2, then
It's 3.
it's 3.
Yeah. No, I moved there specifically because I wanted them to stay within 3 threat.
Yeah, they'll be moving out of your threat during this movement. So
If they're moving out, then yes, that provokes.
yeah.
So if they stay within my threat, actually, I don't think it provokes. I was double checking that. But either way, sure, we'll take a shot at them. I get a +1 accuracy on this because when I take a shot with their 2 guys for Overwatch, I get a +1 accuracy on that. I still missed.
And handshake protocol, right? Because you're within 3.
That was in there, yeah. I rolled a 3. Nothing to do about that.
All right.
I keep forgetting your shotgun's inaccurate, so that negates one of the accuracies you're getting.
Yep.
I like to imagine it's not like a single barrel automatic shotgun, it's like a rotating 6-barrel thing. It's like an autocannon because it fires so fast or something like that. I don't know. It just really appeals to my brain.
Okay. Padre's been hit a lot, which means he's the weak one. But Demon's got the accuracy on him. Or got the lock on. I think I'm gonna go with the lock. I think I'm gonna go with Demon. Gonna consume that lock on. Consume the lock on, and Nozzle goes ahead and attacks. Hits. And does 6 damage to you, Demon. You also gain a Ronin mark. You are marked. So I'm just going to, because I don't have anything else to track this with, I'm just going to put a little modifier in here so I know you are marked.
What does that mean?
It means you can do special things to individuals that have marks.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be it for him. Okay, Reaper Padre.
Not technically, I don't think.
Don't think you get any negatives. I mean, you are in threat. You're engaged. Your engagement with them base to base. I don't know if that matters off the top of my head. I will remember. You were muted again on stream, by the way, Midge. Gotta remember.
Range attacks made by an engaged character receive +1 difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Good. Good thing I remembered that.
Okay. Therefore, it's going to be a less effective turn no matter what then.
Because Reaper's got basically nothing this turn.
Yeah, no, I know it has to be me now.
He's blind.
So,
Yeah, I can't do anything really this turn.
It's, yeah, I'm going to have to...
You're muted.
Sorry, holding the wrong button again. Stream could hear me this time. It's just gonna have to be a less good turn for me. So I'm gonna have to shoot the guy in front. I don't have a melee weapon, so this is gonna be at another.
It is gonna. Yeah, it'll be a difficulty, yeah, on that because it is ranged attack in engagement while you're engaged. Or just, I guess, yeah, it's ranged attack while engaged.
Right, I'm going to shoot my soul pattern laser rifle. If this hits, it will be at an extra damage and also do an additional 2. I need to check if it's burn or heat, but yeah.
Okay. It'll be burn. That's it.
It's a miss.
Okay. Is that it for your turn?
I sadly think it is. Actually, no, I have an idea. I'm going to use my second quick action to fire my... So, I'm going to try and fire one of my jackhammer rounds at the area of the field to his west. To essentially destroy that area of the field, but because it's a size 1 area or object of terrain, because any adjacent characters to your target are knocked back from it by 2 spaces and take 2 kinetic damage. So I'm going to use that as my final quick action, and it will just be nozzle that's in range of that.
Okay. 1 second.
And also, when you made your initial attack, even though you missed, could your drone have used its reaction to deal 3 kinetic damage? Because it's within sensor range now that he's moved into the middle of that field.
Does not have to be a hit for that to...
That's what I'm asking. I don't know if that's a thing.
I was kind of saving that one for helping deal with the other person, but no, I think that's a good shout. I think it will use its reaction. So hopefully this guy doesn't have good armor.
Well, at least now we'll know.
Does it... That's why I was asking. Does it go through if you don't actually hit? It's you use your reaction to do that. Gain the turret attack reaction, so you use your reaction to fire that.
Yeah, it's the turret's reaction.
No, gain the turret attack reaction. That is your reaction.
Once for each deployed drone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's the turret's reaction.
So you're using your action to do that.
I'm using the northern turret's reaction to take a turret shot. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and it does not have to hit or anything, does it?
Not from what I can tell.
Okay. Hold on a second.
It's just like a reliable 3, essentially, is what it counts as.
Okay. Does the turret have any HP? Because I'll need to know that.
Yes, because I am a drone commander. My drones, even if it didn't, my drone systems gain +5 HP. So it has at least 5.
Okay, and what is the damage that it does with its attack? 3?
Correct, 3.
3? Okay, it takes 3 HP of damage because the Ronin uses its once a round shield rebound because it rolled above a 4 on a d6. It gains resistance to the attack, so it takes 2 damage. But then the attacker must repeat the attack against themselves. So that northern drone takes 3 HP of damage out of its 5. And
sure, I'll write a note that it's injured.
Drones have 5 HP by default. You have 10 on your drones.
Oh, okay, cool. Fantastic.
Because you get an extra 5. And
that makes them pretty tanky, actually, for most things.
Yeah. Okay. Damage is imparted. Is that for your turn then?
Yes, but with the jackhammer round as well, so it needs. Well, I think last time we made it take a save to try and resist the knockback.
Makes the most sense. I'm just looking.
Yeah, I don't think that was rules as written, but I'll keep to what we've been doing with it.
Yeah. That's a save.
It still takes the 2 kinetic, I think.
Okay.
But that's me.
All right.
That leaves me.
No, that's,
I think.
No. That's on your side, yeah. But that was Padre's turn, so now it's the enemy side.
Cheeks or spotter, right?
Cheeks or cheeks spot. Yeah, cheeks or spotter. Okay. I think spotter's gonna go. I think it's going to range. It's gonna try and shoot for. I think since that was just used, gonna shoot for demon. Okay. So the spotting laser, the marker rifle doesn't do any damage itself, but you do now have a lock on applied to you, and you are shredded. I don't know if it will matter with you, or it does. Okay, so you do have 1 armor, so that no longer applies. You have shredded on you. I think that's going to be it for the spotter. Reaper, it is your turn.
Well, I can't see shit, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end that bit before it goes on too long. Right, so I can't see anything outside of one around me, correct?
Yeah, one hex around you. Yep, adjacent.
Cool. I could. Hang on, let me just check what my weapons are like at the minute. Okay, cool. What I'm going to do is going to move. Yeah. Move to there, first of all. Then boosting counts as a quick action, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to use that then. I'm going to instead use my turn to... Hang on, let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah, never mind. So I'm going to move, and then I'm going to stabilize to cool my mech down and reload my weapon.
Okay.
Now I have no heat. Heat's been vented, and now that I have moved, I am, and I've not. Since I've moved and I'm in cover and I've not shot, I am now hidden again.
Okay.
And now the blind goes away because it's the end of my turn, right?
Yes. I applied that to you. That was
That was the I think it was Sugar's tech attack.
right. Right. Something did it to you. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Sugar's tech attack, and you told me it was
No.
the end of my next turn where that went away.
No, that's not Sugar's tech attack. Sugar's tech attack makes you take damage each turn,
yeah.
each time you make an attack.
I
Yo,
don't remember then.
I think he got blinded by something. What was it? Was it the?
It wasn't either of the hummingbirds. Was it Tally or something, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what I got blinded by. It's gone now.
Blinding rounds off the archers from the hummingbirds.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they had blinding rounds. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
End
it's
of
my
your
turn.
Yep, and that is true. It's at the end of your turn. Okay. Cheek's turn is going to be spent. Just bracing. doesn't really have a modifier as far as I don't have a symbol I can use to indicate. But yeah, it's just using its turn to brace since it's just going to continue to maintain that defensive deck. Okay. And that's the end of this turn, or the end of this this round. Now we are at the top of round 5.
Are we having any more friends to visit?
Oh, so, who wants to go?
If we don't make an
I'm
effort
guessing-
to get rid of carrots, carrots is just going to bombard us again.
Eight.
Well, I'll put it this way: unless you get rid of Nozzle, Padre can't do his thing. My thing is independent of that, but I won't be able to do anything this round because I need to set up.
I can jam and lock onto Nozzle first, and that makes everything easier for everybody.
That doesn't remove the engagement that Nozzle is putting out, and it does not deal with coots or carrots, not coots. It's different.
I unfortunately cannot do anything with carrots apart from maybe move them a bit closer so people can shoot them better.
We've been doing a lot of heat to them. I don't know what their heat cap is, but they might actually know what. No, they're not glowing. They're not even close to the danger zone. Never mind.
What, carrots?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think we've done like 5 heat to them so far.
They did vent heat that time they were jammed.
The only person anywhere remote, the only person Ursa can do anything about right now is Nozzle. But Ursa is also, if Ursa goes charging in to deal with Nozzle, that's just another person that's going to be in the range of Carrot's artillery.
I can jump jet to within range of carrots.
Then barrage 'em.
Well, yeah, give him everything on fire. I'll also be within 3, so I'll get +1 accuracy.
Because from what the mechs that are left, the only person who is a threat to the zone right now is Nozzle. So none of the others seem really intent on getting any closer.
If you can deal with Nozzle, I can push Carrot's position.
We've been getting lucky that they've been missing like a lot. They're missing maybe 60% of their actual attacks. That damage can really stack up. And I don't know, they may get lucky, they may recharge and add one of those Earthshaker rounds and just knock all of you prone again, so you can't move at all. Which means that's another turn we're not dealing with carrots. But that is just my 2 cents.
Midge.
Midge was just
Sorry,
agreeing with me.
stream.
It's fine.
I was agreeing with Lake. Sorry, stream. It's double buttons. It's my brain.
Double buttons shooting all across the sky.
Yeah.
Much like
basically
Carrot's
I was-
artillery shells will be.
We were convincing Rival to go to town on Carrots and jump jet over there.
And if you deal with Carrot's rival, I can deal with Sugar. Or at least I can make it a hell of a lot harder for her to do anything.
All right. In which case, I'll go first then.
Okay, Demon, you're up first. What
So-
are...
I've got me jump jets.
Okay, so you're moving.
Yeah.
Are you moving outside of one's... Are you moving outside of threat from...
That should have been an important question. How much health do you have? Because that will provoke an attack from Nozzle.
10.
Okay, I think we should be fine. I think we'll be fine.
Okay, so you are moving out.
I have
away
to.
from... Okay, all right. So before you do that...
Which is why I
just-
wanted Nozzle deal with first, but everyone wants Carrots dealing with first, so I take a hit for the team.
Cool. So Nozzle's gonna go ahead and attack with their opportunity attack. So remember, you don't have any armor because you're shredded. So that was just full 6 on your HP. Okay. What are you doing now?
Well, I'm firing my pistols and my one assault rifle. If I can do that.
So just a barrage.
Yeah.
Midge. You can reaction with this drone.
And I'm within 3, so I get the +1 accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 20 on the dice roll.
Yeah, which means I get Predator, so I get max damage.
Okay. Yes, that is exactly what that means. So that's
Do you want to wait until I've done the other weapons first?
well, I'm applying it as
Oh,
we
you're
go,
applying it as you go.
because-
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like so the pistol, that's 1d3. It's 1d3.
Does that say 1d3 or 2d3?
It's 2d3 because you crit.
You crit, you take the highest of the
Right.
of the d6. So your max is 3 with this because that's your highest damage. So cool. Gonna import that.
Turret reaction for an extra 3.
Okay.
And again.
Okay.
That's 2.
Okay.
Reliable.
Alright.
And that's reliable. It's got 2 reliable on that.
Well, you hit, so you get the 1 that you rolled.
All right, fair enough.
Cool.
Yeah, the reliable is what happens when you
You miss. It's basically like a
miss.
stock on
Yeah,
it.
you can roll under your reliable damage. That is the thing.
I thought reliable was the minimum damage you could get on that was that number.
0.6. Thank you, game.
That
I know.
feels really daft.
At least I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
yeah,
if,
Let Roach read it, and then we'll go from there.
It always does 2 damage, even if it misses its target or rolls less damage.
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't matter. 1 was all
Sure.
you needed.
Sure.
Quite literally.
Carrots is dead.
Well done.
Thank you, Demon.
I'm fairly certain. Yeah. 1 star.
Now we need
Do
to
I
add
add
like
this skull thing? I want to know how to do that. No,
That's
I
the
want to
thing
do
I
it.
have. That's the thing
No, I wanna do
it. No, you don't get to. Is that the
Well, what you
adventure?
can
I
do
need to
is you can
tell
add
this.
like a broken carrot to your custom paint job now.
Thank you for reminding me. I need to add the 2 hummingbirds to Oleg's running kill tally. I did not remember to do that.
Oh,
last
I
game.
have to add Stumpy to mine.
Is at the end of your turn, Demon.
Unless I can move back behind this tree.
How much movement do you have?
Pretty sure you used your rapid.
I think I
change.
used all my movement, so I think I'm stuck where I am. Only good news is I don't think Sugar can do anything until the end of its turn.
Yeah, you used all your movement. Okay, so starting this, it is
Bonus action: scan carrots.
You boosted, didn't you, to get there? You
Shh. You didn't hear
so
me
that's a
say that.
quick action.
You didn't see me say that.
No, I did.
Damn.
Because you wouldn't have killed carrots if you were 1 square away from where you are right now. Because they have siege armor, which means they get resistance to all damage from 3 spaces out, or more. So that would have been alive still. So you wanted to be there. So Nozzle will be going. So at the beginning of their turn, they're going to burn the Ronin mark they had on. I'm pretty sure. Does not say. Doesn't have any range on here. Yeah, it's going to clear its Ronin mark on Demon, and by doing so, Demon, you're going to take 4 AP damage. AP kinetic.
No, it takes me down to 0.
Okay, so it's your first structure. Ooh. Part of your mech. Roll a 1d6.
You have
Roll.
custom paint job, don't you, Rival? Roll a d6 and see if that doesn't happen.
Does not have custom paint job. It's personalizations. Doesn't have custom paint job.
Damn it.
On downtime. You all got rid of it after you
I didn't.
started getting your mech, so you can't so no. So yeah, you gotta roll a d6. On a 1 through 3, all weapons on a mount are destroyed of your choice. On a 4 through 6, a system of your choice is destroyed.
Okay, that's not the worst because you could just take off the heavy mount.
I'll
and
just
lose
take up the heavy mount.
Yeah.
I wasn't using it anyway.
Okay. I'm just gonna, you can go into your actual mech and there's a little 3 dots extra menu thing on the actual assault rifle and the heavy mount. You can click toggle destroy so that you know that is destroyed. There you go.
Cool. Done.
All right. Probably the worst structure damage anybody's had so far. All the rest of them have been jams or like stuns. So it's not bad.
This fight anyway.
That was the beginning of this of the Ronin's turn, of Nozzle's turn, which that's just something that just happens when they start their turn. They can choose that, doesn't take any action. So they're going to step forward 1. Right there. And I'm going to need Padre and Spanner to both do an agility save. Okay, so you take 3 damage, Spanner.
4.
Okay, you take 6 damage, Padre.
AP or not?
Just regular damage, no AP. Which I think means you take 5 and I think Spanner just still takes a full damage because I don't think Spanner has any armor.
No, but I bounced out the way a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you're taking full of the 3 damage that you got. Yeah, there's no mitigation there. Cool. You also both get a Ronin mark. And that's the end of Nozzle's turn.
Okay, so if I go next, I can jam Nozzle from doing that again until the end of their next turn, because they've just gone. And then I can either give Nozzle or Sugar lock on. So, do you want me to do that and buff a bit?
Give it to
Or
Nozzle.
when people start, give it to Nozzle?
Yeah.
I'll just point out the fact the burning the Ronin marks, that doesn't count. That's not an attack or anything. That is just something they could. It doesn't require or spend anything of theirs.
It's fine.
They just
It's still a good
just
call.
burn it. I'm just letting you know that wouldn't stop it if they do survive.
But also, that can be a later turn if Reaper wants to go for Sugar or something. If I'm just doing Nozzle.
That's fair. My current turn will just be setting up for next turn because I have a thing and I want to use the thing. So
I say go ahead and set Nozzle up because we got to take care of them this turn because they're the person that's hampering the objective now. They're the only real threat to the objective.
All right, I'll go then. Apricot and lock on. Jammy jammed, and I also lock on.
Okay, I will point out the fact though, both you and Padre take 2 energy damage, because it does not say enemies; it says characters adjacent to the target, and characters are both NPCs and PCs. I mean, it's just 2 damage, but I'm letting you know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Is Padre okay with that?
Padre's hurting a little bit, but
I take another hit, I might be down another structure.
Okay.
But this is only 1 damage to me, so this is fine because I have armor.
yeah, but that still doesn't mean you have 4 HP total currently.
5. I've just adjusted.
Okay.
I was on 6. I've taken the 1 from this.
Okay. But yeah, so they're jammed. And you said you're putting a
Put lock on, yeah. Yeah.
okay.
and then you got to make an engineering save against the fire.
Oh yeah.
And then I get to make an engineering save against fire.
Yeah, against your 2 burn. Okay,
Nope.
doesn't go away. You take 2 HP damage, or you take 2 damage, and then your turn's over. Okay. So with Spanner finished, now it's Sugar, Cheeks, or the Spotter. Which means only Sugar or Cheeks can actually do anything. Okay. Thinking. What I have here is Sugar's gonna go.
And take off the jam, because that's all they can do.
I mean, they can move.
They could even walk up and punch Demon in the face if they wanted to. I don't think that's what they're going to do, but they could.
And not with the size 1/2 mech.
I mean, you can't deny it. Would be pretty funny.
It would be very funny. I think what they're gonna do is go up to Demon and punch him in the face.
Just cause.
Is that really all they have to do?
That's all they have to do.
It's like that other mouse in Tom and Jerry, you know, like Jerry. Is it Jerry's cousin? The one that's like really aggro.
I know exactly what episode you're talking about. It's he's like from the Bronx or something.
Yeah.
It's Bruno the
Oh,
mouse or something,
right.
isn't
Or
it?
something like
He has
that.
the kind of
The bowler hat, the
on.
yellow black strap shirt. Yeah.
Anyways, he couldn't go anywhere because there's 3 weapons with threat 3 on Demon for a so if he left, get that shot. So instead, this is going to be a fuck if I know. Okay, let's see
Actually,
how this works.
I think that provokes regardless.
No, it's only when you leave. It's when you
Trigger.
do a movement in the actual thing.
A
So yes,
hostile
it would
creature
provide.
starts any movement.
That's actually true. Yeah.
I don't mind shooting you.
Was just.
I mean, if you really want me to, I'll shoot.
As funny as Sugar punching you in the face would be, I'd also like you to just shoot her to death. That'd be really convenient for us.
It's like, okay, I
All right, yeah,
fuck it.
you can. You can. So you fire 1 weapon mount.
Oh, I wonder which one that will be.
Which will only be which technically will only either be the Mjolnir or the 2 pistols are the ones you have available to you. Because those are the only ones with threat.
Yeah. And when it says pistols, it is weapons, not mounts.
Okay. Well, I don't think my Mjolnir actually has anything loaded in it at the moment.
No, you put all 6 barrels into stuff.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
That's what the crater is over there.
It was beautiful.
Okay, so is it just 1 pistol, or is it both pistols, or what?
for reaction fire, Overwatch fire, I'm pretty sure
It says
it's-
weapon, not mount.
Okay.
No,
one
I've got-
pistol
2 pistols.
into a single mount.
Yeah.
Two auxiliaries. It says 1 weapon though. If it says 1 weapon, then it means 1 weapon.
Okay, so it's just one of the pistols. Cool. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure, that was all.
Pew.
Hit. 1 damage.
All right.
The way that's worded.
Cool. Then yeah, Sugar's going to attack. I need to figure out what the fuck this is.
Is it going to
Sugar-
be like an anime thing where the guy does this massive like power-up sequence and then smack hits and it just goes, "Ow, my hand"?
It's
Probably.
I know it's a melee attack. I think it is just plus grit.
Mech probably mech loadout, basic attacks, melee ranged.
Improvised attack.
Yeah.
So it's a melee attack to an adjacent target on a success. It's 1d6 kinetic. I was looking for the damage. That's what it was.
Mm.
So cool. That's the target. I don't think this has any bonuses at all because NPCs don't have grit.
All I can imagine in my head is just Rival's mech holding his hand out like that, and the mech
Don't know.
swinging.
This
Someone
could
that's
be,
targeted downtown, I can use reaction fire.
Sorry, what was that?
Someone that's targeted downtown, I can use reaction fire.
You've already reacted though.
Is that what it is? Because I thought that was.
It's an Overwatch. Is an
That's
Overwatch,
the
is a
Overwatch, is it?
reaction.
Okay, I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure. That's all. Cool. Thank you.
If it's a reaction that you get for the if it's a reaction fire and it's a reaction to spend that, if it's a purple or it says reaction, then you've already used your reaction for this turn because you've used a reaction. Unless it's something like Midge where it says he gets a reaction for every turret kind of thing.
If a target character hits you with a ranged attack, you may attack immediately, but it's a melee attack, isn't it? So it doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We also haven't established if they'll hit or not. I'm trying to check on things here. Okay, cool. I did double check this, so they do get an accuracy on this just because of nope, never mind. That's for saves. They've got a lot of bonuses kicking around here. Okay, just other people. Cool, got it. Cool. Miss.
I desperately wanted to find my gloves just to sort of slap.
Hey now, two of you have failed basic 10 up burn resistance checks. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear no lip from you. I will turn this mech around.
Yeah. Okay, so that was one. Cool. And then with... I think that's gonna be... Quick action. I think they're gonna boost with the rest of their quick action, and they're going to move away. Because now that has burned off the reaction from downtown. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. Which now makes them somewhat invisible because they're a size 1/2 mech in size 1 field. That's the end for their turn. Reaper, Fathead, Ursa, Padre, or Spanner.
I would love to go and try and set us up to
Or no,
deal some
Spanner already
actual
went.
some
Go.
actual damage to this nozzle.
Go for
'cause
it.
It's going to be limited, but I'll do what I can. I also have something else I want to try and do just because. Ursa is going to move to here, which by the measuring should put me just within 3 of nozzle. Cool. We're going to start off nice and simple. We're going to shoot him with the Dex
You
Sweeper.
take a leadership dice from Fathead. So if you want to spend that on giving yourself an accuracy or giving yourself a d6 extra damage, you can.
I'm going to see if I can add that to the damage.
Properly
So I would-
channeling
I would love
Utari.
to get rid of that. Waha! I did not target. I apologize. It's a 14 to hit. I forgot to click nozzle.
Okay.
That hits. Okay, cool. We'll throw the leadership die on damage. Boop. That's 15 points of damage.
Worf.
Okay. That is a murder, death, kill.
Woohoo!
Maim, burn, kill.
Oleg is going. I think this is how this works. So I'm going to double check this because I'm suddenly very paranoid about this because we're getting close to the time. I still have a quick action left. Can I use a quick action to scan with my sensors to see if there's anything invisible inside the target zone?
You guys don't trust me, do you?
No.
Not at all.
It's something that's been dawning on me. We've not been getting any targets for the past 2 turns, or are we getting targets?
Or you?
I feel like it's safe. Like I don't have anything else to do with the action. I'm gonna use scan, see if there's anything here.
Okay.
I do not know what I'm rolling for scan. I've not been looking at scan very much as an action to take. Let's double check.
Is it just a systems check?
Choose a character or object within sensors. Well, it says scan. You choose a character or object, so I don't know if I'm scanning for something invisible. I don't know if you can even do that.
Technically, because invisible is a status effect on a mech you can see on the battle map, then you just like you're scanning like a target. 'Cause that's not. There's no hidden deployments necessarily in this game.
So
as much.
what I'm
You have to
doing
get
is
the
actually
pass on
completely pointless.
I mean,
you check the people inside to see if they're actually dead.
Sure, I'll scan Nozzle to make sure Nozzle did actually go down. Why not?
I was gonna also say, does Oleg know that people can't sneak?
You know,
up on him?
that's Oleg. Honestly, after he just killed somebody and they got back up, so now he's gonna start probably double tapping people just to make sure.
An extra 6 barrels just in case.
Yeah, it's either that or I boost closer to Spotter and Cheeks to get within eventual range of them, but I feel like I'm doing more as just a gatekeeper on the zone, so I will scan Nozzle to make sure Nozzle is in fact not going to get up on us, and that will be Oleg's turn.
Okay. Well, to your surprise, Nozzle is not getting back up.
Nozzle, to your surprise, Nozzle is in fact Swiss cheese. Okay, yeah, it's Oleg's turn.
To point out, your Mac, the damage you did on there, 15 damage, is about 80% of their max health.
Good to know.
That one shot. So yeah, that's
We refer to that as effective.
yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm kind of miffed the fact that I was jammed, because the thing about that class that Nozzle was they have this rebound ability that it's just like it's 4 up on a D6. If it's 4 up on a D6, they get resistance, and then you have to attack yourself with the same attack. And that would have hurt.
I am a cleric. I am putting hold person on everybody.
Damn.
That's you know, and I appreciate the you don't get to play the game button, because that's a really good button for us. That's Oleg's turn now. He's got nothing else.
Just smashing that red button. Just nope, no turn.
Okay. So that's the end of Oleg's. Okay. Gotta be real with all you. All I have left on the field are support characters.
You've got a marker light drone and a shield drone, and they're just sitting next to each other.
I got a marker light drone, a shield drone, and ethereal sitting left on the gun line.
Demon puts out a call telling everyone to go after the other 2. He's got sugar.
And I'm just like, I'm the person at the other end of the table looking at my own gun line with those 3 units, just going like, so can I game this out to at least tie on turn 6? Can I tie on turn 6 with the end, so I can at least get like, so I can like get like
All
tier
right,
2
so
in this tournament?
The secondary is you gotta
Can I
burn
get in
the
losers
objective.
bracket?
You gotta burn this. You gotta burn the objective in the middle, and you gotta kill a couple of units, and hopefully you'll get it.
Just gaming for points for position and placement in the tournament.
Yeah, I gotta figure out. Okay, so technically I can win if they miss 90% of next turn's attacks if I keep this going. So I think what's gonna happen now is fuck. The rolling reinforcements that I impart, because that's what I normally do, saved you all. Because I want to point out Nozzle and the other one that Ursa is now standing over.
Alf.
Yeah.
We're both supposed to come in at the same time. And they synergized with each other really well. It was going to be bad. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is Spotter's going to go. And Spotter is... I'll check their speed. Cool. Gonna boost.
Oh, brave some
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Gonna boost away. And basically what I'm saying is, I think they're leaving. I think they're gonna try and leave.
I mean, they're retreating so they can fight us again one day.
Yeah. Oh, also, Sugar no longer has jammed on him. He finished his turn. Yeah. Which I don't think any of you will be able to get to them in time.
Definitely
I
not
don't know.
Oleg.
How far does that rifle go?
Maybe
20?
Yeah, but you'd have to get a shot on them. Remember, it's a size 1/2 mech in a size 1 area terrain.
I'm size 2 right now because I'm standing on top of those trees.
They'd have soft cover.
I have.
That's fine.
I can send a round as well. 20, which is blast 2.
What you could do, Midge, and hear me out here. You could destroy the terrain that Sugar is standing in, so they no longer have cover.
Just jackhammer around a wheat field.
Yeah, just jackhammer
Yeah,
around the wheat
suppose.
field, and then just watch it as like, because you're going to
Problem is
soften
they
them.
will move if they fail their agility, so that I will just knock them into more
How-
cover.
How
What you
far
could
do they
do is-
move?
2.
Yeah, assuming they
Then
fail
wouldn't
the
you knock them
agility save.
out?
Yeah, you can
So
knock them out either way.
either you destroy the square and they don't have the cover, or you knock them out and they don't have the cover.
You open them up to Reaper either way.
It's
I can
15
see the
on the jack.
mathematics.
Well, I mean, the thing
What
is,
I'm
it's 15
saying
on
is-
the jackhammer because it goes from the mortar.
What I'm saying is, guys, the combat's over.
We do
No.
not care.
No, and now the party is just fighting for glory kills.
I don't know.
We kill them now, so we don't need to kill them later.
It's not a glory kill. It's saving my own hide right now because I'm gonna get shot more if I don't kill them now.
It's like, God, it's like you're in
Fucking
that co-op.
self-preservation right
You're in
now.
that Colonial Marines co-op game, and there's just one alien running away from you. You're just pulling out shotguns, just like, oh, come back here, motherfucker. Just-
Don't you try this shit again.
I'm the guardsman, the Tyranids are running, but the Space Marine was landed, so I'm now like, okay, I know I'm still in danger, because the Space Marine turned up after they left. What? It's like one of those things of like, yes, okay, Caiaphas Cain is here. Oh no, Caiaphas Cain is here.
Yay, Caiaphas Cain is here. Oh shit, Caiaphas Cain is here. At least it's not Yorick. He's dead now.
He's dead.
Are we taking out Sugar?
I'm gonna tell you, I think even with a full round attack from Demon and from Padre, you're not gonna be able to kill him this turn. He's got 5 HP left on him, plus a whole other structure. Because he's got 2 structure on him. And he also has bonuses to saves. And any tech attacks against them get a difficulty. So it's, I'm saying is, he's 2 squares away from the edge of the combat zone.
Well, here's
But
the
they've
thing.
moved this turn, and Padre and Reaper haven't.
Yeah, we can still try. Here's the thing. Because I
Alright.
could potentially deal up to 4d6 plus 2d6 plus 1 damage, assuming I crit.
Okay. Well, it's Fathead, Padre, Reaper's turn right now.
You want the cover
Padre,
gun.
would you mind going first?
You want the cover gun, so I won't be shooting my super heavy.
That's fair.
So I will quick action deploy a jackhammer round to destroy the cover that they are in, and apply 2 kinetic to
What
Jason.
hex are you targeting?
the one that they are on.
I'll allow it. Okay. That only destroys the hex they're on.
Yes, but if they don't get moved by it,
True.
they would no longer be standing in cover.
That's true. All right. I guess agility save.
It's every cartoon where the character is covered and the explosion just hits them and it pans back and it's like it's just a crater they're standing in suddenly.
Well, it does 2 kinetic damage, right?
Can also hurt, yes.
It's already been applied. They don't move.
I am now going to shoot my arcing mortar at them. Now I am in danger zone, so this is also going to, instead of blast damage, this is energy damage. Sorry, instead of explosive damage, this is energy damage, and also applies +2 heat. If it hits, but I'm inaccurate, so.
I will give you an accuracy with Fathead. So you can use a dice, you can use leadership dice if you want to make that flat roll.
So it does an extra d6 of damage as well. So it is 5 energy, 2 heat.
Good work.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Cheeks. Cheeks is going to. His first shield. And is going to move 1, 2, 3. Boost 1, 2. Okay. Reaper of Fathead. Because Reaper, you still need to set up.
I won't be, because I can't set up and also shoot at them. Because as upset as it makes me, Mark for Death protocol is a full action, which is cringe. So it's cringe. I wanted to use it. I'm so upset I didn't get to use it this whole fight. Maybe in the future, but it doesn't matter because instead I'm going to steady my aim. So I got a plus 1 accuracy.
Those abilities on your mechs, that is a CP. That is a once a mission thing. And we're
Uh,
gonna have more fights. So
the
it's
Mark
not
for Death is just, it just says I can activate it whenever and take it off whenever.
that is your onboard core system. That is your
Yeah.
once a mission. That's your once a mission CP.
The
use.
core power.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good thing I
So
didn't use it.
good.
Then.
Good thing you didn't use it this
Yeah.
fight. Yes.
But hey, it would have been cool because I would have made it a whole thing. But hey, whatever.
Sure.
It's fine. And I can't give myself an accuracy from the Crusader because I've already used it. So whatever. So yes, I will be shooting at it first with the. Well, actually, hang on. I'm going to steady my aim and make a. I'm going to try and attempt to hit a weak spot so I gain a difficulty, but I deal an extra d6 with a critical hit. So any attack that I make with a rifle, so that includes obviously the Vulture DMR and the anti-material rifle, I'm going to first take the shot with the anti-material rifle. Let me make sure I'm targeting Shoga. Cool, targeting Sugar. So I have an accuracy from the weapon, an accuracy from steady aim, a difficulty from steady aim.
Your size 2?
Yeah, because I'm standing on top of a terrain.
Stay on top of a terrain. Okay. They're size 1/2 behind a size 1. So, yeah. Okay.
So that is 1, 1, 2. So I have 1 accuracy here. So miss, I'm going to re-roll that for free because of Death's Head. It's also a miss.
Hey, 1 extra.
Yep.
On a roll.
I rolled a 6 and a 5. Yep, that'll do it. But I still get to shoot with the Vulture. So that's fine. That hits. Deals 5 damage.
Okay.
And that is unfortunately my turn because I don't have anything else to shoot with.
Right. It's Fathead's the only one left.
Yeah. So I don't
Stabilize,
think
clear
they're
burn.
close enough. Sorry?
Can stabilize, clear burn.
Yes, it can.
That might just be a smart choice.
Yes. Yeah, save Fathead's HP.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and stabilize with Fathead. I'm going to clear the burn. They have no weapons to reload. And I'm going to just cool the mech down, I think. Yeah. No longer burning. No longer any heat. Still immobilized. So yeah, it's the end of my turn. End of their turn.
Cool. It's that, and now on to round 6.
Demon? You want to try and finish him off?
Oh, if what Roach told us is correct, I can push, but there's no point because I'm not going to be able to take him out.
I say let Demon try. Then they'll leave, and then the fight's over one way or the other. No reason not to.
All right. I will go there.
Because shouldn't your Mjolnir have at least 2 rounds spooled up? Because you didn't
No,
fire
at
it
the
last
end.
round. You didn't fire it last turn.
Didn't fire it last round.
So it should have 2 this
Was
round.
it? Oh, I should have 4 this round
Why do you have 4?
because we've had 2 rounds.
I think last round, the round before last was when you killed Stumpy.
And it's the end of each round.
Yes,
1 or 2?
you emptied it when you killed Stumpy. Last round
Yep.
you got 2, and now it's this round. This round hasn't ended yet.
Yeah, so you have 2 right now.
Because you don't get 2 rounds the turn you fire it. It's
Right, I
8,
would
it's
also
8 more
say-
damage you can put out.
Yeah, I'd also say you've spun up your core power.
Yeah,
that's-
It.
Yeah,
Okay.
If I haven't, then I haven't got it. But
No, you would have. That's how the loading thing works.
yeah,
With it. Yeah. Cool. Just checking.
I'm gonna make a note. Make sure I do that every time now. Because now I'm questioning myself.
Yep, having some notes is good. Sure.
Okay, so if I hit with Mjolnir, that's 8. And I won't be able to fire everything else.
2 pistols at least, because it's 2 mounts, full action.
Well, no, it's one. He's got 2 pistols on 1 ox mount, and then it's got the flex assault rifle that they could fire, or integrated weapon unit.
Yeah, I'm saying you can fly the Mjolnir and 2 pistols.
With a barrage, yeah.
Sod it, we'll do it. Alright, so...
Breaks my heart.
Sorry, I forgot to target Sugar.
Doesn't matter.
That's 8. It's 2 shots.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you didn't hit.
What's their evasion then?
12.
Ah, okay. I'll fire my pistols anyway then.
Also, I would say you're shooting through. They have soft cover anyways, unless you moved up 1, because they're, and then you would be then you'd have a difficulty anyways. So you're getting a difficulty from this shot no matter what, because they've got cover intervening. Because they're a size 1/2 in surrounded by size 1 cover. So. Okay. And you have 1 more.
Nice.
You're gonna hate me.
1 health.
1 HP.
That's the matter.
It's a good thing that when Sugar moves, they're going to provoke opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mjolnir's not going to be loaded, or it's not going to.
No,
be
it's not. All I need to do is hit with a pistol.
1 pistol you've got a shot of, and you have to hit.
Well, if it's got 1 health, right?
It's exiting and starting movement inside threat, right?
Only
it's not.
exiting. Only
Right.
exiting. Or
No,
sorry,
it's
when-
moving.
yeah, when you move, when you start moving within a creature's threat.
Right. My point is, it's only got 1 health, right?
Yeah.
Then Sugar is dead.
Plus, it does take a disengage.
Well, if they move,
If they
And I
take a
get my-
disengage,
I'm in threat range, and I got
Step-
reliability 1 on my pistols.
no. I'm saying this. They can use they can do a move. They don't have to do their movement first. They can take a full action to disengage. Disengage means they ignore engagement and their movement doesn't provoke reactions.
That is a thing, yes.
And then they just move. So they at this point, they're out. Because it's the end of your turn now. Everything, and so they're gonna start their turn. Sugar on the list somewhere of all these corpses. Here. They're gonna use a full action to disengage, and then they're gonna use their movement, of which they have 5.
It's fine.
2, 3, 4, 5. And they're out.
It was some unfortunate rolls on our part, but you know what? We can't get them all.
It was
If
close.
only I rolled more than a 5 or a 6 on my team.
I mean, if the Mjolnir hit. That's kind of the thing with the all or nothing shot.
Guys,
If
I'm in range.
the big rifle had hit.
Guys, I'm in range.
The anti-material
I do have
rifle missed
one.
too.
My vulture didn't. The anti-material did. But I do have one question. Is your threat your weapon range?
No.
Specifically on the weapons, you have 1 threat no matter what. So 1 is your engagement. Specific weapons have a little icon next to them. It looks like a diamond with little bars coming out from each of the blank sides of the diamond. So like the
I see.
Mjolnir and the
Yeah.
pistols have 3 threat. The shotgun that Ursa has 3 threat. For example, Tally had a weapon that had 2 threat. And that's kind of the thing. And basically, as we have established, it's not leaving the threat, it's starting a movement within threat. It doesn't matter anything. If you start a movement there, then the attack of opportunity, then the Overwatch can happen. But they could then go in, they could then leave come back in and leave again, and it's not going to trigger anything else. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
so
it's just once.
The thing I was trying to figure out is, do my weapons have threat? And the answer is no, because they don't
Yeah.
have a little diamond on them.
They do. It's just threat 1.
It's just
It has to
one.
be the square
Yes.
next to you.
And part of that thing is, since those aren't CQB and they're not ones meant for it, that means it's a ranged attack in engagement because it's
It's
one.
ranged attack in
engagement,
melee,
okay.
so it's a negative accuracy.
Even CQB weapons have that penalty. It's a talent that ignores that.
Right. Yeah. But still, so that is that. So I'm assuming the rest of this turn is going to be clearing burn with the
Stabilizing, getting back into shape, not being burning alive, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then
cool,
getting the
cool.
fuck out of here.
Getting the fuck out.
Can I
Probably a
send-
good
can I-
idea.
Can I send a howitzer around at
Midge really wants to take this Hail Mary and sugar so bad.
Shall I tell you how much? We're 10 minutes over break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. We'll take our break.
Let's go to break.
Midge wants to yeet that pigskin over the mountains.
I was trying to make that the
He
case.
has an
when- 10
artillery
minutes ago
mech.
When I was saying combat's over, guys, let's go to break. Come on, I didn't get that far.
There was blood in the water.
We'll
Listen.
see you in 10 minutes, everybody.
Fucking bull sharks. That's
Hey,
what you
come
are.
here. Do you need royalty-free music for your TTRPG content, whether that be a YouTube video, stream, TikTok, Instagram post? Don't worry, we've got you covered. My name's Alex. I've been a content creator for almost a decade now, and I've teamed up with my good friend Harry to produce 10 royalty-free songs for you to use in your content completely for free. We've tried to make a whole range of motifs with this album, covering happy music to sad music, to mystery music to combat music. And if this takes off, you know what? We might even make some more. So give the Elendor Chronicles soundtrack Volume 1 a shot. It's free to stream everywhere. And if you want the high quality downloads, you can come over to our Patreon and download them, or you can contact me directly at tabletop@themidgemansworld.co.uk as a creator, and I'll just give it to you for free. That's it, there's no catch. And just to prove it, we've also given you guys a user license agreement to prove that you have the complete perpetual rights to use this content. So enjoy, and good luck on your next adventure. Oh, good day. I'm Martin Sanderson, and I'm the CEO of Avari Military Solutions. We here at Avari know that it doesn't take much to cause problems out on the frontier, whether that be from local pirate raids, neighboring interstellar powers, or even just an unhappy populace with unreasonable demands. Just what is a small to mid-sized regional power to do when faced with these problems? You look to Avari for your solutions. With open-ended contracts, well-trained personnel, state-of-the-art aerospace forces, and competitive rates, we stand ready to help find the right solution to your problem. So if you have a problem, why not call Avari for your solution? Our operators are waiting to take your call, and consultations are free of charge.
Avari Military Solutions, a solution for your problem.
Avari Military Solutions is not licensed to operate within the Kark and Dre Baronies, the Andes Corps, or any Class A combat zones. AMS is a subsidiary of Omni Radiance Holdings, a family company.
When is a story more than a story? When a tale is more than words on paper? When is an ad more than the script it's written on? In the darkest and deepest annals of our own history, worlds of wonder and splendor burst through like a blister made of hope. From the brain that's rattled and riddled with madness, a radiant pustule. Writing, art, that's storytelling. That is the true lust of life. You too can dutifully indulge in art. Like fans of the greats. Shakespeare, King, Tolkien, Seuss, Mercer. you too can indulge through Twitch Prime. Get extended access to a wealth of knowledge with a simple click, an emotion so small that it could endlessly amount to possibilities. Embrace those feelings. Support art. Support the component cast. Hey, come here a minute. Do you need royalty-free music for your TTRPG content, whether that be a YouTube video, stream, TikTok, Instagram post? Don't worry, we've got you covered. My name's Alex, I've been a content creator for almost a decade now, and I've teamed up with my good friend Harry to produce 10 royalty-free songs for you to use in your content completely for free. We've tried to make a whole range of motifs with this album, covering happy music to sad music, to mystery music to combat music. And if this takes off, you know what? We might even make some more. So give the Elendor Chronicles soundtrack Volume 1 a shot. It's free to stream everywhere. And if you want the high quality downloads, you can come over to our Patreon and download them, or you can contact me directly at tabletop@themidgemansworld.co.uk as a creator, and I'll just give it to you for free. That's it, there's no catch. And just to prove it, we've also given you guys a user license agreement to prove that you have the complete perpetual rights to use this content. So enjoy, and good luck on your next adventure. Oh, good day. I'm Martin Sanderson, and I'm the CEO of Avari.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we ended up that combat. Going to get the map back up. Sorry, I just sat down. So yes, the green dot is where you were engaged. Just so you all remember. And what happens after the combat? There's a lull in the combat as you are contacted by Juliet, informing you of an opening in the enemy attack, and begin to move through that gap. Doesn't mean that there's not more waves coming, but it means now there is an opening that you can take. You can begin moving again, and what you do, you begin heading towards a main road and then get back on it to then continue moving with your vehicles following, or I guess either blazing a trail or following behind, however you want to set it up, but fairly quick and dirty, get moving kind of situation. And then once again, you're on the road. Is there any changes you're having towards your, I guess, order? Or,
I don't think so.
Team layout?
I don't think so. It was working well for us. It was only when we stopped that things kind of went wrong, so.
Okay. Well, for the rest of the day, you move until it gets towards night. Are you spending any repairs or anything during your time? Because you've still got quite a ways to go. Or are you taking a little time to spend your repairs to help yourselves?
I'm clear with Juliet how close enemy units are.
From what she tells you, you're still in friendly air cover, so they're pretty sparse for the most part. You got unlucky with a group moving nearby that got wind of your location. Can't guarantee everything, but it doesn't look like you're being followed by that big concentration, and nothing else is large enough to trip any of their alarms or warnings.
Those who've been damaged, who thinks they can keep going, who wants to repair before we keep moving?
I'm just down a structure, demon.
It's probably worth me doing one of my repairs, but that will leave me at only 2 repairs remaining. But yeah, it's better to repair now, just so I don't get nuked into one losing a structure right away.
Okay. I'm introducing a little thing here. It'll still cost the same amount of time to use and everything, but would you like to use a limited supply of spare parts and supplies from your support trucks so that you can spend some repairs without spending the limited resource you have on your sheet.
To also throw this out there, while one repair will restore you to full HP or repair a damaged weapon or system, you can also spend 2 to restore a structure.
Yep. You'd like to know
If that would be more useful for you.
Between the 2 supply trucks, you have 4 extra repairs available in the pool that anybody can use.
How many are down a structure? 3 of us are down a structure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's
Somebody will have to
yourself.
spend their repairs.
Yeah, so it's yourself, Rival, it's Midge, and Red. We're down structure.
Yeah, I'm close to being down a second structure is my thing. I'm at 5 out of 15 HP on my third.
2 of you are pretty close. You've got 5 out of 15. Rival has got... Or no, Rival just lost the first structure, so never mind, you're fine.
I can use 2 because I've got 6 repairs.
Mm-hmm.
I only have...
Crusader is at...
I only have 3 repairs left on my sheet.
So use one of the supplies to give you 2 repairs so you can go up that structure.
You spend 1 of your repairs and 1 of the supplies. And then...
Okay. Does that do
Red.
my HP as well?
Yeah, it resets your HP and structure.
Yeah.
How close are you to your second structure?
Very. 4 HP. I've got 4 HP.
How many repairs do you have?
3.
Use 1 of the supplies and 1 of the structure to put yourself back up. 1 of your repairs to put yourself back up to full structure.
Okay.
You don't have 4 HP. According to your sheet in game, you were at 11 out of 11 structure, 3 out of 4.
Yeah, that's because I've just messed things up, Roach.
Oh.
It's possible with the shenanigans we had to deal with last week, some HP may not have been tracked on sheets because we were having difficulty accessing sheets last week. Apologies for everyone for the complication.
Oh, okay. I've just been informed. 2 repairs, just 1 structure. 3 repairs, fix HP and structure. Yeah. 1 repair is just
both.
HP. Yep. It does give you, Padre, a little bit. If you still just wanted to spend 2, you just get your structure back up.
I'd rather have the structure than the HP, which is what I've just done.
Technically worth more hit points than just healing yourself.
So neither Crusader nor the Reapers do are down structure. The Reapers do only has 1 repair pod left because it only comes with 2 because it's a gun mech primarily, not a take hit mech. But it does have the full 4 structure. I have over half of my HP left currently on my structure. Crusader has under half HP, but that's only because their HP is an uneven number. And they have full structure, but they are down a repair.
Reaper's at a pretty bad situation with the repair situation. Might be better to spend, just as a suggestion, maybe spend 1 repair out of the pool, even it up so you have 2 pool repairs left, and Reaper's back up to full HP.
You okay?
So you got 2 more repairs in the supply trucks. And yeah, Crusader, not sure what Utari would want.
I'm just going to leave Crusader as is because I think Utari wouldn't take the repair because they still currently have 3 repairs. They're not down in structure and they have armor and they're still above half HP on their current structure.
Yep.
So...
Yep, that could work. I also would point out, I don't know if it was covered during the break, Crusader's core power has been spent. That was the shield that he activated during the game, during that whole combat.
Shield. Yep.
That is an active ability that was spent. So you will not be able to depend on that next time you lot.
Yeah, we should probably let Utari know that as well before next week.
Yeah, probably.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's an active Tachyon shield.
so-
Active. Specifically calls it
Tachyon
out.
Core.
Well,
Tachyon
no,
Shield
because
active.
I thought what he was using was the Enclave pattern support shield.
No, he
Which
was
is
using the
a-
Tachyon shield because he used defensive pulse multiple times as reaction. Which is a part of the Tachyon shield, not part of any other thing.
Which he only. Yes. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else that would be equivalent.
Yes, because he was
Well-
targeting people with it, so he did have to use that. You know, we could just mark
Actually,
it off too.
blink field intervention in the Enclave pattern support shield is the same
He-
thing, more or less.
No,
but
he
he
was
specifically
targeting
called-
specific people to protect with it. That
That's
was
true.
the Tachyon shield.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I know he used that one, especially because he called out the ability name specifically as defensive pulse, which is the Tachyon shield specifically. So, it's also why he was saving reactions and stuff. And he also didn't take heat for doing that
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, that's
which
true.
the blink field intervention generates 2 heat every time that's used.
Correct.
So he didn't use that. That's the reason the Tachyon shield is good, because it doesn't do that. So, cool. So yeah, that's 2 core powers spent, right? I think out of everybody, that was 2 core powers spent, 1 limited use weapon, like multiple charges of that spent with the Daisy Cutter, and a couple of structure points, which is not bad. That's a good balanced combat. So cool. Anybody else wants to repair or use any other resources while you're going?
Well, I've fully repaired, so I'm down to 4 repairs.
I'm just going to vent a little heat as we go.
I assume whenever you are out of combat, you're venting heat because that's not a limited use thing. That's just a thing you can just do.
I'm still going to run hot. I'm just matha stopping it down to half.
Actually, I think you do. I think your heat does stick around until you finish a rest.
Hmm.
Because one of the specific things it calls out to rest, players take the time, and one of the things you do during a rest is clearing all heat.
Okay. So does that mean you're
That's-
never resting during this trip?
I think the Sherman might be unique on that one.
Okay. So yeah. As you go forward, you spend supplies on the side of the road, replacing certain components and fixing things that need fixed. And what, dude? I don't know if that's coming across the microphone at all.
Just the what, Duke? And then actually just then I heard a little bit of a...
Yeah, he's being a mama's boy today. Okay, so yeah, you begin. You get that fixing done, and that's kind of what you spent. If we're having a cat off.
Let me go get all 4 of my dogs.
Anyways,
I can't go grab a puppy I can hold in a palm of my hand right now. It's downstairs. I mean, I don't like it, but I mean, it's here. So you spend better part of a night getting everything fixed and worked on the side of the road with your limited support crew. So it's mostly just you doing the work and some gophers going back in between the trailers. And on the next day, starting off, you begin moving again, mostly back to 100%, except for a destroyed weapon mount and some empty reloads. And check.
it's fine.
Roach,
Yeah, Spanner.
how much repair would it cost for Spanner to use fix on one of the damaged supports or something? One of the damaged weapons.
Oh. Let me read that ability. So I'm pretty sure that is a narrative thing. Yeah.
It is. It's a narrative skill trigger.
Technically, I don't know. That's a weird interplay, because technically the skill triggers and that stuff are for narrative play. But repairing this would be a combat related action, because it would affect combat. But it's happening during a narrative phase of the game. I'm gonna place this probably isn't how you're supposed to do this, and it's probably not supposed to interact like this at all, but I'm gonna put a DC 20 on this, and you'll use one of the repairs if and we'll just see.
Well, it's down to Demon, because he's the only one who's lost something.
Lost weapon mount. Yeah. Dice.
Sorry, we're discussing on.
We're discussing. Hold on
internal comms.
Yes.
Have you brought up
Highly
internal
encrypted.
comms for the whole class?
Right, so we're all moving into a streamer house together.
God.
No.
No.
Well, I've got +4, so I need to roll a 16 or above.
I guess technically, I would say, at least from what I've just been told, you could just spend a repair point, and I'll let you help because you have the fixer hack thing just to like help. I guess it's still going to be a one repair that is just a general thing, so you could just spend a repair, rival, and just get the weapon mount back. It is just an assault rifle, but it is one of your assault rifles, one of your weapons. So
Yeah, but I could replace that with something heavier later, couldn't I?
yeah, I mean, it's not like you're this is forever gone. You're going to whenever but you have to.
If we got to do more and met up with the people and they had a spare weapon or something like that, I could fit like a loaded weapon or something.
Not really. Your mission for this, specifically, we'll call it out because it has been a couple of weeks. It's been a month or more. Your mission is to find and destroy those landing sites. So you don't really get full repairs usually during missions. You get them after missions or in between missions.
In which case, there's no point. Might as well save the repair.
There's sometimes you can get full repairs during a mission, but there's maybe some things that have to be there are some on this mission, but you have to figure out how to get them. So it's just.
And we won't bother then.
Okay.
If we get extras, we'll do it then.
Yep. No, understandable. Okay. All right. So yeah, you spend the better part of a night kind of up and down fixing your unit, getting it back up to at least combat ready, or as close to 100% as you can get it. But then you move out the next day. And just gonna counter check. God, I keep forgetting this dice tray has metal dice all on one side of it. Little container. $7. Okay. So, as you move forward, you begin entering into, like, how do I explain this? The capital is kind of in between where you're at and the capital. It's been mostly like a green belt, like a self-imposed kind of very lightly developed area. There's been some farms here and there, but a lot of just forests and like untamed wilderness and general infrastructure to connect it to other places. It's like an enforced thing, kind of like how, you know, around London there is a green belt that's been like specifically made to stop urban sprawl. Kind of like that a little bit, but this one's more of like preserving the natural ecosystem kind of thing. You get the sense you've reached the end of that as you enter into a point where you start seeing more development start popping up as you go down the road. It gets a bit more, I guess it depends. Are you trying to avoid major settlements or people more so than you already have been, or doing anything special with it?
Preferably if we can. Mainly because although we're still under air cover at the moment, we don't know what those population centers' allegiances are. And they could quite happily just pick up the phone and go, hey, there's this massive group of mechs and trucks rolling north.
Yeah. It's not Phantom Brigade where you can just like expect that nobody's going to be ratting you out.
Exactly, you know, with that, you're retaking your country one area at a time type of thing. With this, we are the invading force.
Yep, you're the unnamed empire.
Exactly. So if some people will probably be, you know, like wanting the change and supporting, but others are going to be loyalists who are not going to. And a town could have a mixture of both. So avoiding population centers would probably be a better idea.
Okay. So you come across, so with that in mind, you come across at one point, like some towns that you're able to bypass by taking some side roads that Juliet can route you down, like more like rural frontage roads, or like, you know, ones that are for specific, like going out to a farm, loading a truck, or loading like, you know, an autonomous vehicle and then coming back. Those roads, that connection, which slows you down a bit by avoiding, but there does come a point where you have to cross a river, and there's very limited crossing points on it, and one of the most direct ones is through a major kind of settlement. Like major, I'm talking like maybe 40,000-50,000 people, like big but not metropolis kind of thing. Like, for comparison, the capital probably housed a couple million people total with its density. This is a major county city kind of thing, like something that is just a large town, small city. But that does come up where you'd either have to try and figure out a way of fording the river, or just take the bridge, but you'd have to go through the city to do so.
Yo, Juliet!
Go ahead, Hammer.
Let's assume we don't want to go through the major population center. Is there any fords or shallow parts of this river we can use that are within easy reach?
Let's check. We have limited information on some areas of this planet. Okay. There's no shallow parts per se, but there is a narrow part of the river that you could try. The problem is by doing so, it would be very hard for the trucks, because you'd have to figure out a way of floating them across the river, and you don't have that equipment. You don't have like a bridging kit or like a way of allowing these to like wade across. Like when I say like this kind of river, think about it like in the bottom part, it's it doesn't have like a bank. It doesn't have like a shallow bank. It's one of those ones that's been probably artificially dredged to allow for deeper draft vessels to come up and down for like transit. So there's like no like easy like ease into the deep part. It's only a very small thing. It's more like, oh, you're gonna walk out 5 feet or 10 feet, and then it immediately drops 30 feet down because it's like a hard like right angle kind of thing. So it's narrow. Some of the mechs might be able to make it without too much issues. Some of the bigger ones might have to make some checks, but the vehicles would be a, are you leaving them or are you taking them? They still got 2 repairs in them.
Demon, I might have a plan.
Okay.
Because I've been into their comms before, I might be able to jam the signal around a small area around the bridge. So even if they wanted to call out to let people know, they couldn't for at least a while.
How small?
DM, am I just talking nonsense?
I like when the player just says like, I've got an idea. GM, make this idea work.
I always have logic behind my ideas.
I appreciate it. I do very much. I'd say you have a limited ability, or you have an ability to, God, how do I say this? Because you didn't hack into their communications. You, in a sense, like over the air, you hacked into them physically. You put a tap on their phones, and that's how you were. You weren't able to like pick up their signal and get through encryption. I'd say Spanner is experienced enough in this kind of thing as like in this general sort of knowledge, though, that you would know how to check for an increased activity in a local commnet. You wouldn't be able to understand it because it would all still be encrypted, so it'd be just jumbled data, but you could definitely recognize if like that jumbled data suddenly got a lot more active very quickly. So you basically, I'm giving you the ability to tell if you've been made or not, to recognize that. You wouldn't know the specifics of how you were or what the details of it was, but you'd be able to say like, hey, somebody knows we're here, kind of thing.
I relay that to Demon.
That's the best I can do.
Right, so other options, anyone? Excellent. No one's got any ideas. Okay, we can't take the risks with the trucks. We need them. All right, let's make our way to the town as slowly as possible. We'll try and cross the bridge at night. Let's find a place we can keep an eye on the town coming and goings, see if there's any military vehicles we can spot. Reaper, find yourself a high point.
Copy that.
I was about to say, could we take a civilian vehicle to take a look at closer? Could we commandeer a car or this world's variant of? Possibly.
Then you've got people you've got to tie up and keep watch over families that notice they're disappeared. Increased police presence.
I would say you do pass a lot of farms as you go, and we'll see if this. I do like the mentality. Okay, I will give you this. You do pass a lot of farms. It is harvest time, but a war zone. So most of the work help that go to these farms, essentially most of the farming is done through automation. like these Jotuns. That's a Halo term. These these automatic farming machines do most of the harvesting and work and kind of collect and everything, but they're managed by people, so it's a lot lower of a population. But I'll say nearby, you do remember seeing there was one farm that was mostly just totally abandoned, from what you could tell. There were a few work vehicles just kind of parked, like under an awning. Spanner has her hand raised.
Might be able to get one of those working, boss.
When I say work vehicle, think like, those like Japanese like trucks, but they're like the light duty kind of trucks. Like they're not. I don't remember what they're called. Like
the indestructible Hiluxes.
Like no, they're not those. Like
they're like small, compact things that you see contractors in Japan use because their streets are so small they can't use anything bigger.
Yeah, and they're very highly like efficient, like because they're using basically like just a souped up motorcycle engine, but they've got the same bed space as like an actual like full F-150 essentially and everything, and they're just like they're very basic but efficient work vehicles. They're also very popular with millennials on the West Coast.
Sci-fi Zamboni is what I'm hearing. You take the Zamboni and the Tesla Cybertruck, put them together, add some more height, and that's my head. That's where I'm at.
That's vomit inducing.
Okay, I've just linked it into the Tuesday crew, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name.
I quite like them. They're cute.
I want one too, but the problem is you can't import them in the U.S. unless they're 25 years old or more. It's a weird law, but that means like all of these are from like the 90s, and some of them are pretty nice, but that means they have been worked on for like 20 years.
I'm just on Reach again. I'm just starting the Reach campaign again. Is all I'm feeling right now. Just driving from farmstead to farmstead, all these homes in the hills with Spartans tacked onto the back of the truck.
Somehow George is in the driver's seat. Somehow George has managed to squeeze his 7'4" ass into the power armor, into that driver's seat. But he is driving like he has stolen that vehicle.
Yeah, and in the passenger seat of that cab is his gun.
Yeah, Noble 6 Emil, everyone else is just hanging onto the back like, all right, well.
Yeah, Emil's actually on the top of the cab with his rifle and everything, just looking for anything that's moving.
That sounds like Emil.
So yeah, one of those kind of vehicles, think like that kind of vehicle is what I'm saying, work vehicle. They're not big, but they're recognizable. You've seen these, a lot. Saw one of them in a van format, was the one that you saw a couple of individuals working on before they left and possibly, reported you on your.
All right, I'm gonna get everyone to get their mechs or the trucks undercover any way they can, whether that's tree lines, barns, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Spanner, get it working.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we will send 3 people into town. No, we'll send 2 people into town. Who's best suited? Who's best suited?
Let's see. The individual wearing a military uniform in the form of Fathead. The individual wearing a military uniform and having the bearing of Reaper. Demon.
I would like to point out that Reaper has specific skills that mean he is good at infiltration. That is his thing. He is specifically good at that.
Okay.
We've also got this. No, we've also got this farm, which seems to be abandoned, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might have other clothes.
They might have other clothes.
Or just a poncho you can throw on.
I was going to say, former preacher and individual who was a mechanic up until a month and a half ago.
Yeah, like also there could just
And
be
then
like
just Oleg.
some canvas tarp, and that
Hello.
would do to cover the uniform. I mean, Oleg would probably be fine if he wasn't wearing the uniform. He'd just be a very friendly, very.
Oleg's
large
not
man.
wearing the uniform. He's wearing khakis and a jacket
He's just wearing
with a tank top underneath. You think he wears the Avari uniform?
Does that not
You assume
change
too
in the
much
mech?
of him.
All right, we're just going to send Padre and Ursa with Reaper on Overwatch. They're going to try and stay this side of the town so he can help them out as much as possible with locations to find and things like that.
If anyone here looks like they work on a farm regularly, it's Oleg.
The khakis give it away, yeah. The khaki shorts in winter, yeah. That's the man.
He's
who works
also a
the
really
farm.
big dude that's kind of overweight.
The rest of the group will be on like Ready 5 deployment in case they get into trouble.
Okay. I've also marked where you're at in the form of I've marked the city on the map.
Kincaid.
Miss TM, what am I rolling to get a van fixed?
That would be that. This is the actual thing that your fixer hack ability is meant for. So go ahead and roll it. Let her rip.
It wasn't shared.
Cool. You didn't have to do anything, honestly. You just went into it. You just checked the sun visor, and there was just like one, not even a key because keys aren't a thing. There's just the wireless start fob. It's just there.
All right, let's hope the battery. Oh, it works.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of battery these things would have. It's definitely
Nuclear
highly efficient and flammable.
Nuclear fission.
It's got a tiny reactor in it.
Yeah, Fallout style.
Oh no.
You know, like the back of those power armor, like, you know, those cores. It's got one of those at the back of the cab.
I am all too familiar.
So, Roach, as per your thing, this has got a little bed at the back. Has it got a cover?
I think of it like this was meant to do hay bales and stuff. I don't know if you've ever actually been on a farm because I'm talking to you, so I'm not exactly sure if you've ever touched a farmer before.
I actually, yeah. Well, there's a housing estate there now, but literally out the back of my house where there used to be orchards, and then it's I'm actually really close to farming. It's like 2 minutes up the road. Oh, it's a weird town because it's a big town, but then a wheeled.
A wheeled?
A wheeled, to use the technical term.
Think of it like this was meant to like for hay bales or like other type things. So it's a bed with some like high. So it's got a solid bottom and like a tiny bit of cover, maybe up to like your because again it's key truck, so it's like maybe your knees.
Is there a tarp?
Then
Is there a tarp?
you could put a tarp on it. It would basically be it would be like one of those World War II soft tops kind of like design.
What I want to do is I want to take my rocket launcher and I want to put that in the back of the bed covered in a tarp, and then I'm going to put my sidearm in the glove box. Just so we're not going in completely nothingness.
All right. For all you know, that's open carry in this planet.
What's the gun laws like on this planet?
You've never checked.
If we're close
there
enough
is an
to
invasion.
talk to us, like it's one of those things of we're blown anyway, but I just want to make sure that we can.
There's an invasion going on this planet. You think the farmers aren't going to go anywhere without arms? Like they're protecting themselves.
It's not a bad.
I'm playing to my audience here. I know, Roach.
Also, people have seen Hot Fuzz. All the farmers
This
have
is
shot
true.
guns.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mums packing around here.
I mean, say that I live in between multiple farm fields. It's everything I see outside my windows, and there's multiple firearms in this house alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it checks out. I know.
Yeah. Cool.
Gonna hide the thermite charge away. Probably don't need that to be visible. That might be a little much. But
put that under the back axle and have the remote charge set up just in case you need to like have a distraction.
I actually considered that, Roach. Don't tip me. It's like, so what if we want to set off like a car bomb away from anyone, just like on an isolated road where no one's around, no buildings are around, just to like draw the attention while we just go the other way.
It's actually not a mad idea. Like,
I mean, it's up to you how you want to go about this.
But that breaching cartridge may come in handy. So we'll call that a
put it next to the
option.
rocket launcher in the back.
It's an emergency.
Photon visor comes off, goes in a pocket.
Oh, and so we also have a way to. Is there a way that as mech pilots we have a thing where we can see what each other sees, kind of thing? Is that something that we have like in our mechs?
Oh, you mean like a microbead, like? Oh,
Yeah.
like an ops thing?
Like we have an ops thing or anything? Because if so, and if it's something that we have on our person or whatever, I would want to put that like a dash cam, pretending it's a dash cam, so that they can follow along a little bit.
Oh, I don't know if that's
I
actually.
have my drone.
I mean, yeah, that's an option, I suppose.
Do we have Skype on our
Let me
datapad
take the ring.
things? Like,
Does the truck have some
Skype.
rails that you could just clamp it to, so it looks like it's just like a surveillance drone that they might drive around with the truck they just didn't take off?
It's not a bad idea. I know quite a few farmers that use just drones because
Yeah,
it's easy to check on.
I'm on
fields
it.
and
You
stuff.
can't stop
it would
me.
100% be a thing, especially if it was automated threshers and stuff these days. You would definitely wouldn't walk out there. You'd definitely be using drones.
Oh, I know farmers like they're like
Okay,
okay. I know a farmer specifically who has lost an arm because of a like a harvester. They're like totally like oh, it's an automated like AI driven harvester like combine. Okay, I'm gonna stay 30 feet away from that when it's on at all times. That thing's 3 seconds away from getting a taste of human blood and going on a rampage at all times. So yeah, I know
So
that.
it only can go half a mile, but if I give the control device to whoever's not driving,
I will take it. Oleg can drive.
Yeah, Oleg will just look at it like,
I have skills in drone usage as a character.
Okay.
Legitimately,
Oleg will
one of my
drive us.
talents is drone commander. I think
That's,
I can take
no,
over.
that's on brand. That is on brand. Yes.
I would say data plating I might be okay with as like a heads up, because that's technically what it says is you can see you have like a heads up display you can have at a time.
Just want something for the boss to watch. Well, like
Personal drone, small non-combat common sight in the field. Personal drone is yeah, I'd be okay with that. Smart scope I might allow, because there's plenty of smart scopes that you can have taps in, like feeds. So it wouldn't be like if you have a handheld printer, you might be able to like make yourself like a really basic relay if you wanted. Like you can get
well, I have
creative with this.
That I put as my personalization, a printer.
Yeah, if you'd like, I'd allow you to spend like one of those. I'd allow you to use a handheld printer to make like a really basic, just point-to-point relay kind of system that would just kind of work, because you've still got eyes in the sky. So if you really wanted to, you can bounce it off that.
This is more Google Street View. That So yeah, I'll print up one of a relay, and then we can sort of feed data back to Demon's data pad, so he can keep an eye on things.
yeah. And then my final thing is I'm going to take my bubble head of the one off of my dash and put it on the dash of the car.
Okay, so just a bobblehead of Keanu Reeves, just but with the cool Jesus.
Yeah, he's doing the no, you're fantastic pose.
Oh yeah. It's the defining image of the of the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're fantastic. You should know that. Okay. Cool. And are you searching for clothes or anything? Because I know all of you just have like armor suits and stuff on. Are you like trying to get?
I'm taking the armor off. I'm taking the armor off.
Taking the armor off. Do you just have your like your pre-scarb still?
No, I don't have a pre. No, I've just got a plain. You know the what's his name? The guy in XCOM.
Oh, a woolly pulley, like a commando sweater.
Bradford?
Yeah, I've got one of the Bradford. Yeah, I've got the Bradford sweater.
Yeah,
but
the thing I wore during Halloween.
Yes, yeah. I've got that, but just black. And then I've got black cargo trousers on. So I'm very nondescript. I don't wear Vari.
Can I put a bit of dust and dirt onto both of them? Because let's be honest, however clean farmers are, there's always a bit of muck on their boots.
Can't just yeah.
Farmers step out of the shower and are all of a sudden dusty.
There's quite
Oleg
literally
has ever cleaned his boots.
Yeah, quite literally, the house I live on used to be specifically for farmers. It was a farmhouse and everything. There is a specific shower in the basement that you can get to without stepping on any carpet, and it's like a 4 by 4 foot like little tiny shower that's meant just to like wash off from field dust before going into the rest of the house. So yeah.
I'm with Padre on that. No armor. Oleg's got a flex suit, but I imagine the flex suit is worn easily underneath clothes.
Yeah.
And it won't look any more out of place and bulky on, Oleg. Yeah, that checks out. Oleg is going to also try to tune the radio to literally any music station, just so it's not driving in silence and listening to. So whatever local 10M music is playing in between like radio update broadcasts is what Oleg is looking for.
Oh, well, you tune in and it's classical Tandem music, which is their classical music is a derivative of like R&B, and that's their classical. That's what they consider classical. That's what they've got.
Everywhere you go, you listen to this. It will tell you things about people. I don't know what this is trying to say, but it's saying something.
Yeah. Yeah, just a basic music station, and I guess with that you head off and go into town or go towards town, which Reaper, are you like staying in? Are you like getting to a high point, observing from afar, just for like the town itself?
Pulls out his smart scope and uses that to zoom in up to the 4 miles that it can do. So he's like scoping out places. He's probably got like a feed that a demon can peer into if needed to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming that relay can just be like it's tapped into like the team commnet that's kind of like just created from all of the mechs being in proximity.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of like tap into the feed. Yeah.
Yes.
It's basically Demon Spanners and Fathead's PDAs all set up in sort of multi-screen, each one having a different feed.
Yeah. And I see, you drive, you get off of the farm onto like this kind of access road, and then onto kind of the main local road into town. You don't go on the highway or anything. I'm assuming you're smart enough to know you take a country way in, being country folk as your cover. You drive in. Takes you a little bit before you enter into like what's basically considered city limits, but there's a little lead up into that. You get a couple of like single family homes here and there, a couple of like small warehouses, that kind of thing on the outskirts of the city before you are kind of in the build up starts to actually like build up and into the streets. And what you see around is an active city. People are going about their days. It's kind of you said you're doing this in midday. You're going to try the crossing at night, right? That's like okay. Yeah, it's about midday, so people are kind of going about their days. It is wartime, so you do definitely see some police like out and about. that are armed. A little heavier than you'd expect for like like this kind of, you know, like a county, maybe like the capital of this county, like kind of city. In terms of, that's kind of what the expectation there. Maybe they're a little bit more, you'd see this in like a major metropolitan kind of area, kind of armed everyday officer. So they're kind of, you know, scale. They've been up armed. Here they're wearing body armor kind of thing. But they don't seem to be stopping anybody or, you know, like checking IDs or like, where are your papers? Nothing like that. They're just, they give everybody a little eye. They're usually standing in like major intersections, or going about their days or their patrols in like vehicles, which you do definitely get a sense of. This is much more of a walking culture in their setup of their kind of infrastructure, because most of the vehicles you're seeing are pretty much what you're driving, just different variations of that kind of class of vehicle, which you have seen bigger things in personal vehicles on the main highway. But these officers are driving kind of like essentially these more heavy duty Kia like trucks or K trucks kind of setup, with the, you know, a big enclosure in the back kind of thing. They're marked up with local TANM writing saying, you know, Kincaid City Police, or Kincaid City Law Enforcement, etc. The only exception you find to that is a couple of larger vehicles, but are marked as a sheriff, and they're more, they're coming in and out more so. You see, just kind of checking, and they're less armored. But people are not minding you too much. What is your objective as you go in? Like, where are you wanting to go? What do you want to check as a group?
I mean, Oleg is following Padre's lead on this. Like, this is he's here. He feels he's here as muscle.
I think we're just looking for a clear route through town. Essentially, we're hitting we want to go across the bridge as far as we can. Make sure there isn't any clear roadblocks or toll booths. Anything where there would be like someone like stationed
stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those things of trying to see if we can scout for anything that would look like that if we pass a mech by it, that it would be open and active with someone with a radio. Like, if it's like an all-night shopping center, like a mall cop's not going to be able to do as much as, say, someone at a tow booth who possibly has like access to a police scanner.
Okay. You go through a bit deeper into the city, trying to get towards the bridge, which is kind of not exactly city center. City center is actually across the bridge. This is kind of the other side of it. But you head towards there, and yeah, you start getting into like the, you know, shopping kind of areas where the shops are on street level. Definitely a lot of mixed use residential like in here, so it's maybe a bit higher population than what you expected. You know, people, there's some surprisingly markets on the side of the street and stuff like that. People are like, it's not like people are hunkered down and not going anywhere. It's not like the capital where everybody's very skittish just all the time. This is pretty far from the lines, so people are a bit more out and everything. And Navari hasn't done a bombing campaign, as far as you know, yet. So things are a bit, things aren't as dire here. You even get stopped at one point, but not from a cop or anything like that. You get stopped from like you're at an intersection and there's a red light. You're just kind of waiting, and somebody like comes up and tries selling you like they clock Padre's bobblehead, and they try selling you a limited edition copy of the One, like the words of the One. Like they're trying to like sell you on a book. Like,
are they speaking their local language? Or are they speaking?
From as far as you know, the spoken language is is Union Common, is like the Union
Okay.
Basic. There's an accent to it, but Union Common is like, or Union Common. I keep wanting to go like, it's Common, Draconic, Dwarvish. No, it's it's Union Basic, but the writing is what is kind of more local. So essentially, they just have a different writing system, and that's not even universal either. You do see some things that are just like kind of, you know, almost like English and Spanish are presented at the same kind of, you know, level, or like, you know, where it'll be the local and then the...
Yeah, in the same way that we also all have accents, even within the group, like, because we're not all from the same part of space. Okay.
He's going like, I see you really, you're a fan of the one? You're a follower? Figure it out, Midge. Figure out what the accent is and commit. You've heard this man speak for one sentence. Go ahead.
Padre is going to probably speak with his own accent.
Okay.
But I've got to try and remember Padre's accent. He's a
was
very
Irish.
silent. No, he's Northern Irish though as well. So I'm just going to try and say, yeah. This is.
That's what he says. Yeah.
I used to be a member of the faithful.
Ah, you're fantastic.
You're fantastic too. And
So are your friends? No, your friends. Like, exactly how you handle people trying to sell you stuff on the side of the road. Just
drive.
Get going.
Honestly, if it was anything that would have been less interesting to Padre, the second that they walked up, you would have just seen Oleg reach over and turn the volume like way louder. What? I can't! What? And just drive away.
Oh, what the that's fantastic. Just the window going up.
Very good. Good printing. So you move on. You keep going. And yeah, you get to kind of more closer to the bridge crossing. Are you going like? Are you just staying in the car? Are you gonna like go on foot to like do a more surreptitious check of everything, like, or like kind of more circumspect check?
I think we want to stay in the car because the thing is as well, like, look, the car is already smaller than our mech. So we're going to be like the routes that we follow with the car is going to be routes that we want to do in the mech essentially. So as long as like visually nothing clocks. So it's like, yeah.
Okay.
I think we're just going on a bit of a joyride essentially.
It's going through town and checking things. Okay. Yeah, you head closer and you see what looks to be more of an open space between kind of this kind of little shopping / residential area, like more built up, and then you enter what looks to be maybe like a maintained either side to like a parks or like playgrounds or something that are being kind of are being maintained here. Some people out and about enjoying the sun. There's some kids on a playground to your left enjoying the day, parents looking on, and then beyond that you see where the bridge is located. It seems to be like kind of, you know, maybe like a community space, and the bridge looks to be both a vehicle and pedestrian, maybe equal mix, so it's not a high volume kind of bridge, but it is a mech could get across it. And the vehicles, I was gonna say the trucks they'd be like either side of their tires would be on the pedestrian, like the little like the curbs, but they could definitely drive it.
I'm gonna make sure that Demon's getting this on visual so we can start planning.
So are you just gonna continue driving in circles or like around circuits?
We should at least go over it and then maybe go around the block and come back.
Okay.
We just want to make sure that like the guys back at base are like seeing what we're seeing, getting a good, because I think considering we're going into an area that is potentially very dangerous for us to cross, we want to have as much of a clean plan that we get over there quickly. Like, is there bollard? Does it look like bollards come up or anything? Like, is there any automated sort of? And then we're just now we can't get the trucks across, or is there like I said, is it toll booth? Is there a little guard thingy? Like, have there been traffic lights with cameras? Like,
is it a split bridge? Does it let boats through?
No, it's one of those ones like it's not meant for like heavy traffic, so it's got a bit more of a steep grade to it in terms of that's how it lets them through. You also might assume that because of the way that the river's set up, the narrow part that you were going down was that you thought you were possibly going to have to as an option was downriver more, but was also the narrower parts. That's why they had to dredge it. Whereas this more wide kind of thing, they had to dredge it for that.
The bridge, you say it's kind of got a hump to it?
Yeah.
Would the trucks get beached on the top?
The trucks are kind of articulated like that. They're more of a total unit instead of a cab and a trailer connection. Or like an all-in-one.
So it wouldn't cause us any problems?
Nah, not unless you started like you had tires go out or something like that. They're meant to not get.
Okay, so Roach is going to have the tires go out while we're on the bridge. Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Well, they're not meant to. They're not meant to like go quickly off road, but they are meant to be able to go off road without issue. They're a military vehicle. That's like it's their thing, so they won't get like high top. They won't get beached.
So my suggestion here to Padre would be that if he could, so instead of like going straight across the bridge and then going on the loop and coming right back, seeing if there's like a restaurant or a coffee shop or something like that on the riverfront, so you can get something to drink, make it look like you came in here specifically for a reason. You came in for lunch or for breakfast or for whatever else time of day it is, so you can sit down and watch the bridge for a bit or watch patrols or whatever and then leave, and not look like you're conspicuous and that you've immediately come into town, driven across the bridge, gone around and done nothing, and people might notice that.
Because I will say, there haven't been a lot of stoplights. Again, low traffic, a lot of walking kind of infrastructure, but at the major intersections where there are stoplights and stuff, there are traffic cameras that do exist.
Do we have money?
Yeah.
Does our currency work on this? Was there a primer that said they take like Union currency stock or whatever?
Union doesn't have a currency. Because Union has mana, which is a trade currency. We've gone over the illogic of that of its economy. Where I got roasted on lore I didn't know.
It's like one of those things. Am I about to be in 1970s Russia and paying everything in dollar bills?
Hello, fellow comrade. Do you take U.S. currency? Honestly,
Amex
depending
okay.
on
Is Amex okay?
Yeah, depending on where you are in Russia and at what time, that probably would be okay. Nobody give a shit. It's just like sure.
True.
Yeah.
It's stronger than the ruble.
MasterCard.
I'd say you do have a script. You've been paid. You have a Vari script, which is just kind of a general script, and depending on how high volume this is, that wouldn't be out of the ordinary to maybe encounter like this far out. There's a lot of various companies that just pay people, and that script is like general currency. There is like a local currency that is used, like a TNM krona or something like that is used. But it's you don't have that on you. But it wouldn't necessarily be like a lot of enterprises are paid by the companies they contract with, and so they're just paid in that company's script if they're an off-world company specifically. So like, if it was like a transport union that this farm was contracted to like give its stock to, they just get paid in a script.
One credit is one credit is essentially what we're talking about here. Just like depends on who signs the contract or who signs the paycheck.
Instead of paying in a Vari script, Roach, this is going to use backstory here. Can I use script from the mega church I used to work at?
Oh, you're trying to pay with
religious
What?
Money.
I mean,
Yep.
they were a mega church. They were a conglomerate. The reason
A mega church would be doing that.
and the reason I am no longer a priest is because my confession center was bought out by a different mega church.
Yep. Yep. They had a merger.
Yep. So it's like, because I'm thinking, what's a red flag other than paying with the company card in the nation you're invading?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get you. I'll get you your sandwich. Sit right there and look at this wall. So I press this button underneath.
Silent. Just silent alarm, silent alarm, silent alarm.
Yeah, smashing
Yeah.
the silent alarm button underneath the table.
Yeah, so I want to see if I would.
You know what? I just rolled a natural 20 on that D20. So I will. That was a luck roll, pure and simple. I'll say you have a couple hundred of that script still kind of in your in a chit or something like that you can pay. I'm assuming it's not a physical currency.
Specifically, I will take the chip out the bottom of the bobblehead.
I was gonna say,
hollow.
100%. You're using it as that is your bookmark for your actual book. Like that is how you keep track of your pages. Is the script is the bookmark for the pages.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for my holy book. Yeah. Well, no, I like the idea that it's like under Keanu's chin, like in the bubble, and I just pull it out.
It's a specifically bought thing. It's the key. It's the one money bank, and you can kind of it has places for 6.
You just pull the head off, and that's what actually holds it secure to the head. Is the chit.
Yes, it's exactly that. You pull the head off, and the USB bit or whatever it is, the top is there. So
I feel like
that's my personalization.
that's going to be a thing for mega churches right now, right here. So
that definitely exists. I have definitely seen a Jesus Christ USB.
money bank.
No, I've seen a Jesus USB stick. I've 100%.
Oh God. So yeah, no, you've got a couple hundred, and I'm gonna say in the way of the one. United Orthodox chapter 106 or whatever it is. Yeah, you've got a couple hundred you could spend.
Okay, so basically I just want to make sure that we do exactly what Reaper said, and just we pull over, we angle it so the camera can still see the bridge, but we go to like a little get coffees, get a sandwich. Yeah.
Okay.
bring back
Real
donuts.
food.
Bring back donuts.
Real food. Not a very sponsored
I'm treating
fucking nutrients
Ursa to
cubes.
not a cube.
It's not a cube. You do have regular rations. You do have those. That is a thing. But again, I guess that it's like food from a cafe.
Canonically,
MRE.
the two things that we've had are cubes and sandwiches, because the hot food wasn't set up yet properly. So I am treating Ursa to food. I'm treating Ursa to food. He's a man who likes his food. Our Padre is perceptive enough to have noticed that.
Okay. Sure. So what you you find like a nice little street cafe, not too far off the bridge. It's like actually like it's park like it's park side, so like it's facing the park, but the bridge is not too far away from the park. So you find a little parking space, you get it angled correctly, and the drone's got a little bit of a camera traverse if you really need to like slowly put it in there. You set up there, and then you go in and just order I guess a lunch, just like a lunch for 3 people, and like I'm gonna give you credit and say that you figured out like maybe it should be one that you don't necessarily see a whole bunch of high class people at. It's more like just a common person.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, I'm thinking road stop sort of, not. So I'm using cafe in the British sense, which is like fried food and tea. Or it would be the same as like for you, like a roadside diner would be the American equivalent. Like there is always a pot of coffee, that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibe you're getting here. It seems the culture that this was derived from possibly was some sort of like in like the mid plains of the North American continent or something like that. There's a lot of a lot of that kind of food available. But yeah, you order. There's a lot of other farmers and just various other like working stiffs, just sitting around talking and everything. I'll say this one does have a Union Basic on the menu, kind of as a thing, and you are able to order without too much of like that looking like you're squinting to read the Union Basic.
I've got glasses. It's fine. I can look like I'm squinting.
And
if you want to,
Oleg speaks the local language.
That's true. That's true. Oleg
Because he
can
was
order.
studying up the local language.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
During our first downtime, everybody was taking their personal activities, and Oleg thought it might be useful to know how to read the local language, so he started studying.
Yeah, and yeah, Oleg, you can order for everybody, and you get yourself some nice, a nice couple of things, and I guess even like a little bit for the people back at camp.
Oh yeah, just getting like just the biggest to-go box they got. It's probably like 2 of them.
Basically,
Yeah,
I'm just imagining we're sat in a Dunkin' now. That's kind
of the vibe, honestly. We're going with here, except there's more actual food instead of just the stuff. So that you do actually, there's a couple of plates you can have, just like that, and like a coffee or something to drink, and then you sit out at like the outside tables and you just kind of converse among yourselves, kind of thing. But when you do order and you get like the big to-go box kind of thing, and she was like, "Oh, it's a lot of people out in the fields today, huh?"
Always working. Cannot stop us.
Oh, well. He winks at you, and you get an extra couple of things in your to-go box whenever you get it.
Thank you so much.
And there's a comm number in there.
Does Oleg understand being flirted with?
Not at all.
Get it, Oleg. Get it, big man.
Get it.
This is a man that went from like a very peaceful life working on a farm to killing people for a living as frequently as possible, and like completely being a nerd to the normal basic interactions that is not just military personnel. Back to, I'm still working in the military, but like this is my first civilian time in God knows how long, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, I don't. Maybe I don't know why you would do such a thing like this. That's weird.
Padre will spend the entire ride back explaining to Oleg what has just happened to him.
No, I think you're wrong about that.
Well, you see.
It is probably the most Padre has spoken to anyone as well. That's the thing. He's a man of very, very few words, and suddenly it's just like, no, that's what happened. He's flirting.
They want that. Oh.
They've got very specific tastes, and apparently their taste is a bear.
A
big boy beard.
Bear.
Yeah.
Oleg. They wanted O's leg.
So while you were observing the bridge, moving on. While you were observing the bridge, so what you did see is, you saw a couple of vehicles cross the bridge. Doesn't look like there was any special procedures or anything for that. A lot of various pedestrian, like, going back and forth. I'll say, since you took the extra time, I was gonna make you roll for it, but since you took the extra time to like actually sit down and observe for a little bit, you do see there are kind of little sections at the head of the bridge that are embedded in the pavement. They're barely hidden, but they are there where something could raise up and stop. Stop a vehicle. So that does seem like that is a thing. You're not exactly sure where it would be deployed from. There are a couple of options. There's a like park service kind of building not too far away from the bridge. You do know that from what you saw, it looked like there was a little bit of almost like specifically for cops that are dismounted, like on foot. Like this is where they would go to like rest, change out shifts, that kind of thing. Like it's not a full building, it's more of a standalone the park slash kind of this area. And on the opposite side is like the major kind of, I guess, city admin areas beyond there. So but basically where you're at right now, you're in a park that's on this side of the river, that's on the south bank of the river. Park, businesses facing the park. There's a road that goes through the park to the bridge, past the bridge. City admin, so like city hall.
District. Oh, okay. More like
city hall, maybe the police headquarters or sheriff's station.
My head is just flashback to like central Denver. Okay, I'm following kind of thing. One final thing, while we were eating, was there a radio on or anything?
I'll say yeah. There was I'll say that there was a TV. There was a display that was showing.
Any news of what's going on? Like what's being told here? Because obviously you said it's far away, so it's kind of one of those things of it's. I'm imagining it's like one of the things of they're gonna have the reports on of what's going on elsewhere because there is all sorts of humanity. There is always a both fear but also curiosity in knowing what's going on. Especially if it's the capital of your country.
I want to know what the propaganda is of like this inconvenience that has tried to attack us is being quickly repelled and is all but routed at this point. It's like, what are they telling these people?
Well, it's also they're saying the monarchy's trying to take back the republic and stuff. It was the thing that we heard before. So I just want to hear what more of that is again, because also it's just one of those things of if we get picked up on Ursa, we want to say the correct things that we could be talking about in terms of fear.
Okay. So it looks like more of a variety news channel, like one of those things you get like a, I don't know if this is translates well, but Blake might understand me. Like you'd get inside of like a doctor's office where they just have like there's specific channels that are played in doctor's offices that are like news, pop culture / everyday thing, and then intermixed with health stuff, like
It's this
1/3. Yeah,
we
here
understand
it's different.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is a bit less like health focused thing, but so it's like a bit of intermix between that. So there's a bit of pop and current events and everything. But you do like you're there long enough, you get kind of a current event section. What you get, there's a talking head on the screen talking about the like what's going on. They talk about the capital is currently still under siege. Multiple, obviously. Information is being withheld for security reasons, but as far as they know, the monarchists are not currently anywhere else outside of the capital. They have not pushed past it in force. There's an upswing in royalist or monarchist insurgencies up in the Longtooth Mountains and the kind of the flatlands, the flat sands kind of area, which you kind of guess from what you've been told and kind of aerial views is probably where you're heading towards. There's a whole long section where it's a field reporter, like in the field, about 5 miles outside of the capital. And what they're doing is they're like interviewing and showing kind of like highly like focused but like very shaky footage from like a high ground position of the city and like rising smoke and everything. And they're talking about like the valiant city defense force and militia are holding and bleeding the royalists for every inch of ground, while the rest of the Republic, the Republic Guard and the militia are mobilized to fight this invasion. They even also talk about some things going on in space here and there, like the current blockade, but also the the Republic Navy still fighting, but not able to push past Tanam-1's orbit. They're still stuck kind of in the interior of the system. and then in just like a, I guess, general statement by what they say to be the parliamentary, the current like head of the parliament's majority, a man named Damien Cursor, talking about just what their response is, their regret that unfortunately we weren't able to prepare as much as we originally had hoped for the inevitable royalist counterattack, that the revolution is not going to be silenced, that we're holding strong, there's the resolve in the parliament and in the government is still there and is not being snuffed out, and that talks are still going on with the Trends Collective and their government to push back the royalists, because they know that they're next once they're pacified. You know, Trends is the closest system still in kind of this cluster that was also controlled by that royal family, or that royal dynasty that was thrown off here. And that's kind of the general
Any mentions of
vibe
Utari?
again. Not by name. They mentioned mercenaries working for the monarchists.
Okay. I just wanted to know if like it's like, I'm just double checking it's not one of those things of like we're walking around this town and it's like the beginning of BioShock Infinite and it's like, no, the devil by his mark kind of thing. With the Utari symbol,
There is an interview there is like a remote interview that happens right towards the tail end of your observation, because I'm assuming at this point it's mostly everybody's like kind of like you're looking at the bridge and everything going on, but somebody's also checking the screen and like you're talking amongst yourselves to make it look like there's
we're mainly here. Me and Oleg are kind of mainly like blending in whilst the cameras and the relay that we've got set up is doing a lot of that work, I would assume, and whilst we're just kind of a bit fact finding right now, at least while we're stopped.
So what you find, there's like an interview, like a bio piece or something like that, like a highlight of fighters on the line kind of thing, where they do like, it's a remote interview, so it's really shitty, kind of like they're on like a webcam, kind of they're like on a Slate's webcam in whatever camp they're in, but it says reporting, or it says taken live interview from inside the besieged capital. And you see somebody wearing what looks to be some sort of kind of maybe a pilot overall or some sort of overall, or like combat suit. And they've got like a stylized patch on their right side, and which you assume to be like the Republic military, like uniform military, like symbol on their opposite. And it says below, like in a little like, who they're talking to bit. It says they're talking to pilot Cassandra Medley, call sign Diva.
Oh.
That bit.
I'm just gonna, whatever the variant of a donut is, like one of those things, we're going out the door and then I see, and I just start going, oh, okay. Like watching the interview, just interest, like feigning interest.
You're not the only one who's like interested in what's going on. There's a lot of these like farmers or like, just general like everyday, blue collar that are, they're eating, but they got their like chairs scooted a little bit so they can face the TV and talking amongst themselves. So you're not the only one. It's the big thing going on. It'll affect their lives. And yeah, no, it's an interview between her and like a reporter that's outside the zone, but they're kind of connected over, and it's mostly just going over like what she's experiencing in fighting, or how you holding up kind of thing. It's mostly a fluff piece going on there. She does highlight a fight that took place around the one of the precincts police stations a couple of weeks back. Talking about how integrated the Metropolitan Police are starting to become with the militia forces, and how they're trying to work more between themselves to more effectively defend the city, and how that operation allowed, how she says it, allowed the aerospace forces to conduct a very quick strike on the main base of the enemy. According to her, like that was the plan, kind of thing. But it's no, she seems like very raven black hair and like not even shoulder length, very cut kind of thing. She's got probably pretty well put together, very like we can kind of see, like, again, shitty quality webcam kind of footage, but she's definitely got like her eyeshadows very like on like perfect, very colored, like organized, like everything's matched, and she's definitely putting on a look that she's like very fashionable. But yeah,
they found the photogenic one, is what we're saying.
Well, there might be a reason that she has the call sign Diva. Including, I think at one point also, like, she like pushes some hair out of her way, and you do see there's a couple of like stars she has tattooed on like one of her cheeks, or maybe like it's maybe a data plating or some sort of like, you know, biomod to show. But yeah, she talks. You never heard her before during your fight. Definitely, it's the same call sign that you had on your IFFs. Everything, and yeah, I don't think there's any other thing. I was gonna say maybe she has a patch that would give it away, but she wouldn't. There's just general unit patch. So yeah, you see during your TV watching.
Gotta wait for that to finish, because I feel like it would be weird if we were watching that and then left midway through that interview. I feel like that would be a bit sus. So, and then I think me and Oleg will start making our way back.
Yeah, you are on your way back. During this time when you go back to your vehicle, there are a couple of people like nearby, like leaning against like some railings and stuff. Two of them look like they're like coveralls, they're a bit dirty, kind of thing, but they're like looking at you come towards the truck. Is it everybody's like going back and getting back in, or are you just like getting the truck and then going to pick up Spanner? Or is no, Spanner's not there. Sorry. No, I forgot. It's just like it's your drone, but it's not you. Yeah. Yeah. No, but you go back and you check the but yeah, they're both like, they're all like eyeing you, like not in like a shitty way or anything, but they see you coming back to the truck. And you're just like getting ready to leave, so that kind of thing.
I kind of want to drive across the bridge to see if where they activate those gates is on the bridge. If not, then just kind of pull around, check out the other place, take a look, get idea, and then circle back and start making our way out. If we know where it is activated from, much less problem in time if we have to deal with.
It also might help Spanner do the jamming thing if she needs to.
Mm-hmm. Oleg will pull him off onto the road and just gonna start making his way. He's gonna move across the bridge.
Okay. You can go across the bridge, and once you get over the hump and you can see the opposite side, what you do see is that there is a control building off to the side. It's not next to the bridge, but it's nearby the bridge, and it looks to have view down the river and a bit across the way. And what you see there is it's maybe got enough for like a storeroom, a bathroom, and then a little like kind of little office that's got like windows and a couple of chairs and a control like console,
little
kind of thing.
toll booth, security booth thing. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're actually like doing any tolls or anything like that, but they're definitely like they're there in case the bridge needs to be closed off because somebody's coming towards the admin center or they need to like do something. And you definitely see it's on both sides of the bridge that those will raise up or could raise up. So, and it's a lot less open on this side. Like there's a tiny bit of open space, but then it gets into much more built up things. You definitely see what looks to be maybe a city hall or mayor's mansion or something like that. There's definitely Oleg, you would read the local language. There is a sheriff's headquarters and a police headquarters not too far away from each other on this side of the river.
This would be bad spot to get into fight.
Yep.
Alright. This is the only bridge we've seen in the city that we can cross over, isn't it?
It's the only bridge that allows vehicles through. You see 2 pedestrian bridges that are on either side, further down, either way. And those do look like they actually have raising points. Like they're can be drawn.
Not big enough that a vehicle could even fit through, huh?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be us. We have to hit this bridge, basically.
Weight restrictions wise, the goblin could make it over one of the pedestrian bridges.
But not the trucks, and that's what we're really worried about.
Also, probably none of the other mechs. Maybe Reapers.
Well, my logic is, depending on how bad the river is, the mechs could just go through the river. The trucks could not.
Well, some of us have jump jets, so we could jump the river.
Yeah, and the size 2 mechs would be large enough that they wouldn't be underwater totally. Like there would still be like their heads or something would be above water.
Not a problem for some of us.
My main concern right now is that there's a lot of city to get through before they get to this bridge. And this bridge has a blocking thing. So
might have to take control of that when the day comes.
We might need to have, we might need a way of getting slightly ahead to disrupt this bridge when we make the mad dash for it.
Wouldn't be the first time.
And also, the thing is, if there's police stations, like you say, across this side, we're gonna be fighting into the enemy to get across.
Yep. That's what the boss man said. Keep collateral damage to minimum. Try not to hurt nobody. Hopefully they see what we're packing and they go running. Oleg is going to pull down to like the next walking bridge, and he's not making a big show of it, like somebody who's just going to pull down and realizes, oh shit, I can't turn here, and he's just going to make a U-turn and go back.
Okay.
And he'll use it as an opportunity to let the camera get like another good pass at the admin building, and then see if coming from the other side as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically what I described. It looks like there's maybe 2 people inside of it. Right now, one person's kind of just on a computer, or like just working, and another person's. I think at this point they're talking with a passerby. Like they're maybe you're not exactly sure, but it definitely seems like this could also function as an information kiosk or something. It's kind of like a multi-use building that has controls.
Sort of imagine like a police guard post would be like in areas that have them, except for there's not any police in it, that we can tell.
Yeah, no, they look put together. They're like white collar kind of thing. Doesn't look like they're park service or anything. It looks more like they're city admin, like here, or office worker kind of setup.
Okay.
DM, on the cameras, have we seen any comms towers or arrays or anything?
Nothing that as such, like some buildings have antennas and stuff, like, or connection points. There's no like central, tower or something like that.
What's around the bridge control building?
Mostly just like some manicured grass, the road.
So it is just like there's not anywhere that we could
couple of trees.
Nowhere you can hide a thermite charge to then blow later.
Not necessarily. If you wanted to, there's a possibility you could go around to the back of the building. It would be exposed to the rest, but it would be like people inside the building wouldn't see it.
I have an idea. Like, we got takeout, right?
Yes.
You put the thermite charge in the takeout bag. Throw it in the dumpster closest to the bridge controls. got something to blow when we come back.
I mean, we could, but that's going to be killing people.
If it's the middle of the night, there shouldn't be an information kiosk open.
But if there's a guard there to manage the post for the levers, it's going to be messy.
It's just an option.
Are you putting this over the radio?
No,
Also, just for reference, the
I
thermite
was just
charge
saying
is a
that too.
burst 1, so I don't know how much area is around here, so it would level that entire building.
Yeah.
Like, that building just wouldn't be there anymore.
Yeah,
Luckily,
it's
there's
not a
nothing
hardened
adjacent to
building
it.
either.
Yeah, there's nothing
I'm
adjacent
aware.
to it. If there's something adjacent to it, it'd probably take those buildings out too. So that's more convenient for us.
I'm aware. It's just one of those things of if we can't get across the bridge.
If they do a sweep and find trash and check it, that's going to send up red flags too.
Also true. Maybe we come out a couple of hours. Back to just me. Maybe we come ahead of the gang, like 2 hours before again, and see what the situation is.
An easy way to decide whether or not if they're going to empty the bins again. Are the bins full?
Do you go and check?
I don't.
I don't know about it. I was gonna say I don't know anything about you, but I can't tell if a bin is full. I can tell if it's overfilled, but I can't tell if it's full or not
Yeah.
from the street.
That's why I was asking, are you transmitting this back to the group?
GM, do we have comms? Because I know we have video feed, but do we still have comms feed with the group?
You do.
We should have communicators.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I think Padre has just been spitballing with Ursa. But if Ursa gives the hint that it might that Padre's idea is valid, he might put it back to Demon.
I leave that to the boss man. If he thinks it's a good idea, we do. Orders are orders.
I relay to Demon. We think we know where the bridge controls are, but I have a bit of a dumb idea. But and then I relay basically the dumb idea.
Blow it up.
Roach, are these communications going up to the satellite and then back down again, or are they direct?
Wouldn't be point to point. We're too far away.
Yeah, it wouldn't be point to point. I think it's relaying through the. You have an ops ship above you. It's like in geosync, so it's probably relaying
Cool.
through that.
So it's going to be hard for them to determine if they do pick it up where the group is.
Yeah, it would be very difficult to do that on such a low priority comm.
Check the bin, see if it's empty.
Okay, Oleg, pull over. I'm gonna go check the bin, and I'm gonna take with me a drink carton that I had, just so I've got something to throw in the bin, and I'm not just opening a bin, closing it, and going back in the car.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you get out. It's not too bad. Again, it's not a huge driving culture, so it's like so you pull and go walk over, and you take your empty carton or your half empty drink carton and then toss it when you look in. It's maybe half full, like basket.
While he's doing that,
Okay.
Oleg is just going to get out and go over to the information kiosk.
Okay.
Say, hi there. Sorry. New hire on the farms. Just out of curiosity. When do you close bridge? Is there a time where you close bridge, or is bridge open all night long?
Oh, are you delivering to the grain elevator on the north side?
I think we might be, yes, but it might be a little bit later in the evening.
Oh. Hold on. One moment. Well, no, we don't close normally, but just for you, the Northside grain elevator does close at about 8 p.m.
Oh.
So you might want to talk. That is a recent development because of the current emergency situation. We're
That's
trying
good
to
to
keep,
know. Boss is going to want to know that.
yeah, we're trying
Thank
to keep
you.
light pollution low after like lights out, after daylight's over. So
Oleg will just tap his hand on the desk twice, and we're just going to
That's
move
huge.
to start walking
That's
back.
Huge.
Yep.
That info
Day.
is huge. They're going to turn off the light pollution low, and that means we've got more dark cover.
Yeah. While that's happening, Padre, as you're like going in, checking, tossing, closing it as you round about, there's a police officer, like nearby, just kind of like looking at it and just going like, "Good on you. We need to keep these streets clean."
They're speaking common at me, yeah? That's not...
Yeah,
You
basically,
base
they have
it,
a little
yeah.
accent. Yeah, they have a little accent.
Yeah, okay. That's just... I've always had a penchant for the environment. I don't want to see it ruined.
That's good to hear. What are you doing today? Where are you going?
Does Oleg hear this as he circles back around the building?
Is this happening while you're out? Is this happening while you're going? I'll tell you when. Now you gotta figure out if this is just a cop trying to fish for like something because he's bored, or if he actually.
Well, I'm currently hunkering out on one of the farms. I've been doing some religious work for the. I'm a priest of the One. I've been on mission here for a couple of cycles now, and I'm just making my way. Always trying to head towards the capital, but with all the nasty business going on, I've picked up some. What do you call it? Seasonal work. So can't get my flight out.
Yeah, that would be pretty difficult. Looks you up and down. Looks over this. Is your vehicle?
It's one of the farmhands. I'm with it. Yes.
All right. Have a good day.
No problem, officer. You too.
You got the tail end of that.
So Oleg will just say, "Oh, hello! Nice day, officer."
Just keeps walking.
And you're amazing.
That's how every conversation ends with that. Again, you're amazing. No, you're
That's-
amazing.
Yeah, it's like
That's how you
go with
recognize
God.
a member of the faith of the One.
Yeah, it's like it's specifically like saying go with God.
Thing there, Roach, because I do have stay cool. Like
Sure, go ahead. And do that,
You
yeah.
why did you offer? Why did you
Yeah,
offer?
Go ahead.
just because
That's
I feel
rule
like
number
that.
one in any tabletop
Yeah, I know.
game. If the DM doesn't ask, don't offer. It's a really
It's a
good roll, though.
17.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, yeah. You didn't roll a 9 or
just
a
because
10 or
I
under, and I'd
verbally
be like,
fluffed
see.
that a bit more than I feel like Padre would have was the thing I was.
Yeah, I was gonna say you rolled really shitty. It's just gonna be. So you got an ID on you?
No.
You got a
Sorry,
work
I'm going to call one of them illegals.
permit?
This is not a sanctuary city.
But he leaves you, and you kind of get back together and back to the vehicle.
Yeah, Oleg will relay. Yeah, so apparently around the 8 o'clock or so, they start turning down lots of the lights to keep the light noise down. So it's going to be dark. Bridge does not close. Does mean probably going to be people in it all night long. At least one person.
I take it we were already driving when you say that. Not
Yeah.
in earshot of
Once
the
we start
police
pulling back around and
officers.
going back across the bridge.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think we should leave that to the boss decision then, and maybe we'll catch up with them in the next session. Because
Yeah, I was gonna say
we're at
it's just the
time.
end. It's the end.
So all we've got left to do today is to thank everyone who has been here or who isn't this week. So thank you to Commissar Roach for continuing their awesome work GMing and writing this campaign. Thank you to SurelyOnlyMikey, to DM Lake, to Utari Onzo, who isn't here this week, and we've also got Red Moogle and RivalzoneGaming from RivalzoneGaming. I've been Midgeman. We've been the Component Cast Tuesday crew, and this has been Lancer. It's just business. Join us next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.